Well. Happy Monday, every single body. What is going on? Fox, Aware, big ups. How you doing? Let's go. Let's get into these shenanigans today. Don't worry, Jeff. Well, today won't be a long one because I'm gonna go till about 1 o'clock. I wanted to do this yesterday, but family stopped by and said they want to do a cookout for me. So it was more fun hanging out with them than covering this shenanigans. But you know how it is, chat. You know this family's very important. So let's go ahead and get into this right here. Let's see. As always. There we go. Perfect. Oh, click this up. Make sure this is going set. Make sure it's not too loud. Let's set this up to. No. Do it 1.2. Because you know how slow can Phil be when he's trying to get to his points, chat.
Game. I am too loud, guys.
I got feeling. No, Mo4, that's not the case. He says, oh, Markiplier and Maximilian Dude have no detractor communities because of being consistently genuine. That's not true.
No, they do have detract. Well, again, he likes saying detractors. You mean trolls, Phil? They have their own trolls as well. Okay, so let's be honest with that.
That's not why they don't have detractor communities. I'm a unique case. All right.
And how are you a unique case?
I came before the two people you just referenced.
That's not a unique case, Phil. You had Keem, so you have other people came before you. That's not a unique case, buddy.
I came before 99% of people who are creators on the internet.
That's incorrect. You only came in a little after certain other people. And again, buddy, if that's the case, then why aren't you so popular?
All right.
Wait, you're actually popular for the wrong things.
There's very few people who are prominent today who came before me. I
Like
am the
who?
predecessor. I am the one who made the impromptu commentary Let's Play popular on YouTube.
That is a big lie. There's been others that done that way beforehand. Okay, man. Oh, good God. Again, Keem, PewDiePie, Mr. Beast, others. There's been other people that did this before you, Phil. So that is a big fat lie.
I am. It's the definitive evidence is there. You can see that no one was blowing up on YouTube for doing it until me. Everyone else.
You only got lucky because you blew up for other reasons. But even still, then, when you was trying to get famous on YouTube, what was the one thing he was known for? Somebody telling him to click on the ad. You got in trouble for that?
Was known as the person who would do like this very specific style of content. One person would just play Call of Duty and do these commentary videos on Call of Duty or whatever, right? Me, I was the one who blew up this kind of commentary.
With the help of Machinima.
Just improvisation style,
Good morning, Anthony. How you doing, my man?
observational style, saying silly things to try to entertain an audience while I played a video game.
Why you saying racist stuff, dropping the N-word and stuff, sexual things as well, Phil? Yeah, that you're well known for.
All right? Because I was the first, there was no track record of anyone
You was not the first.
ever doing it. And I didn't really know.
No, AVGN did away. Thank you, Fox. I forgot about AVGN. Exactly. There's others that done it before. And so, again, he's not the first. He's not a unique case. He just got lucky at the right time. That's all.
How things would go. I never took it seriously. So early on in my career, which I didn't call it back then because I never knew that I would do this for a job, nor did I ever imagine I'd make $1 doing it. I said and did things that were very irreverent, that were purposefully
What? I know I stuttered too, but Phil, irrelevant, you mean?
meant to get attention.
There's a lot of delusion to handle in the morning. Oh, I know how Hawthorne. Again, I wanted to cover this yesterday, but like I said, I had family come over, did a cookout for me. You know, still for my birthday, even though it was a couple weeks ago on my birthday. Well, no, a couple weeks ago. But regardless, they still want to do this for me, so that's why I didn't do this yesterday. But still, though, it's always good. Big ups, dude. This streams is in the house, my good man. How you doing, brother? From another mother.
For myself. Sexual comments, racial comments, things that were over the top and inappropriate.
I heard about Phil in 2010, and I became a detractor before duty to something else. I know.
Because I had a teen audience. I did it on purpose to get that attention every day.
And I'm gonna work on some other things today. I gotta get that going. What's up, Jojo? How you doing there?
So people would watch my video. Okay? After doing this for many years and getting tons of attention on myself and kind of blowing up for doing it, basically, things started to fall apart because people were pissed at me for some of the things that I had said and did. Saying that,
again, you made a lot of racial jokes, a lot of sexual jokes, and many others, Phil. This is one of the reasons why people were coming at you next. And again, you had Machina backing you up, help you out until you turn on them.
why was I so extreme to this way or that way, right? Like, I'm pretty sure if you go back and you see Markiplier or Maximilian, they probably didn't say anywhere on the level of the racial comedy, the sexualized comments, and the things that I said back in the day.
Of course not. Don't get me wrong. They had the little moments too, but nothing could top what you did.
Never did that stuff. Not at all. Right? No. So, number one, I was already inadvertently setting the groundwork for a detractor community to have grounds to try to come after me. Okay? And
Phil, first and foremost, before you had the so-called quote-unquote detractor community, there were some people that were trying to help you out, trying to be fans of you. What did you do? You end up being a complete asshole, going at them, berating them stuff. That's why you got the little so-called hate mob. And let's be honest, Phil, you don't have the sort of hate, let's say like Wings or LTG, Cyrex, or Chris Chan. You don't have that type of stuff. Me and matter of fact, I use Duty and other people here. We just make fun of you. You don't have us actually trying to go into your personal life to fuck with you. It's not even worth doing that.
then on top of doing all of that,
And even this chat right here, I just caught this. Chris Chan predates everyone. He was doing this stuff in 2002? Okay, I didn't know that. So again, Phil, even Chris Chan predicts you. So again, buddy, you actually need to watch what you're saying here because right now you're talking straight out of your ass.
okay, there was
Hey, what's
Whoa,
up there,
careful.
Jojo?
there was a situation.
Hey, thank you, dude. We are very tame. Again, dude, you've been doing this long than I have. You've seen, again, you know about the Wings shows, you know about Cyrex shows. They go way further than what we do.
Where
Big ups for letting Dark to see that. Phil's Tractor started as just people laughing at him for playing like shit. Exactly. Again, we just make fun of him because this his stupid regarded takes when he's playing video games and other stuff. Because not many of us is not gonna go out of our way to actually hurt this dude physically. Don't get me wrong, he still needs a good ass with him, but it's not worth going to jail over.
This is how you don't play started, right? People started making fun of me. And instead of embracing it and laughing at it and making jokes about it and being a part of it, I got very angry about it. I basically,
which you still do,
had the worst possible reaction.
Wings shows have actually sent him food. Yeah, that is true, duty. I'm glad you brought that up. They did do that. That again, Phil, you should be incredibly lucky that we don't go that far. It's not even worth it. Heck, the worst thing I can think of what happened is bank leaks. But here's the thing, Flooding Dark, because even though somebody looked into that, Phil kind of exposed that himself because he had a bad habit of not posting, but putting his mail on the desk for people to see. So that's why.
Oh, these people don't have the right to make fun of me. Who are they? I'm holier than thou. My shit doesn't stink.
He did 2 detractor purge and technically somewhat of a third one. Well, okay, Anthony, excuse me. Let me correct that. He didn't exactly get his hands dirty. He had his little buddy super puppy doing that shit.
Worst possible reaction that I could have had to that. Okay? So not only did I do things in a way,
just be lucky that you don't have. Oh yeah, Fox. Exactly. He should be very lucky he doesn't have that.
That were very immature and irreverent and inappropriate for long-term success.
Relevant, whatever you want, whatever. I know I stuttered too, but good God, Phil, come on.
Yes. But then I got angry when people started criticizing me for said stuff.
The bank leaks could have been worse. The guy who could have leaked his SSM, his account info, etc. Well, here's the thing, duty. Even if that was the case, Phil does a great job of doxing his own information. Anyways, remember he doxed his credit information, his bank information before. He also doxed his address. He doxed many things. So again, you don't. If anything else, when it comes to Phil, he does a great job exposing his own information. So you ain't got to do much.
You know, he actually isn't a good gamer. Why is he successful? Well, fuck you. My videos get views, right? That was my response. How dare you make this video about me? You didn't ask me.
Oh, yes. He has done that. He's still doing that this very day, Anthony. Again, Phil should be lucky that nobody from the FGC really want to show up to this place to actually, go hands-on. He should be lucky that has not happened.
You don't have the right to do.
I mean, the only time he got close, again, when he decided he wanted to run his mouth and Jaha G-checked him.
I should have reacted in a completely different way. I should have. That's on me. It isn't. So today, I've completely changed who I am. I don't do that kind of comment.
That is a big fat lie. You have not changed. You're still the same asshole you was back then. I hear you, but getting your SSN leak can cause... No, dude, you're absolutely right. Having your SSN leak, you're in knee-deep trouble. And this is why I always tell folks, if your SSN gets leaked, you got to handle that immediately. That's something you cannot ignore. You have to take care of it because you can literally land in prison if somebody uses your SSN for illegal reasons.
Or content anymore. Everyone knows this, right? I accept valid criticism, right? Not this nonsense about, 13 years ago you did this.
Also, duty, sometime this week we got to chat, brother, when you get a chance. I know you and I have been busy, but maybe like Thursday we could, talk, my man.
No, I didn't. You're a fucking idiot, But valid criticism, I will accept.
Yeah, Phil leaks a lot of shit, but his bank statements never were on the list. Granted, some of his financial leaks caused... No, I know that, Flooding Dark. Don't get me wrong. I know that. But here's the thing. All you have to do is sit back and watch. Phil has a bad habit of doxing his own information. That he's done it far too many times. So glad Jeremy doesn't rely on SSN alone. We have... Oh, yeah, you got it, dude. Like I said, this Thursday we can talk because there's some things I want to talk about. Getting some things situated. That's all. Nothing bad, but I went with the channel and stuff.
Yeah. And all the time I listen.
Phil, if you fully change... Exactly, Flat Fox. If he fully changed... Okay, you know what? Since, Phil, we know you're not changed. One person who did change, PewDiePie. He's changed in Japan, has a family stuff of his own. When he was so much younger, yeah, he was a piece of shit. But then as he got older, he got himself into trouble. Big ups, Alex. How you doing there? Once he got himself into some trouble, he realized, yeah, man, I just can't keep doing this. He changed up for the better. And now that he has a child, so he wants to do better. He wants to do better for his child. So I think he has a girl, I think. I could be wrong, Chad. Either a girl, I want to say.
And I try to improve depending on what you guys say, But that's what it is. Why did Maximilian and Markiplier not have big detractor communities? Because they're not me. They were in a situation where coming into content creation.
That too.
They had a track record of people doing it before them. They saw some of the mistakes you can make. They had people to learn from. They made different kinds of content. They said, I can't be doing that over-the-top crazy shit. You get in trouble for that. So instead, I'll go this way or I'll go that way. Right, Maximilian?
Oh, he has a boy. My bad. So he has a son. My apologies.
Million was known for doing very...
At least Mr. PewDiePie left YouTube and started a family. Well, no, he still does YouTube Fox, but he does it like every once in a while.
High quality
Like he's pretty much retired and he makes a lot of money still, but he does it like every once in a while, from what I understand.
skits around the assists in Marvel vs. Capcom 3, comedy skits based around it. He blew up because of those, and he got a good following and a good groundwork where now he could do whatever he wanted, and he did, and he's successful doing that. Right?
Of course,
Markiplier jumped in at the right time to capitalize on the horror.
They were total assholes to everyone for no reason, Phil. Exactly. They were assholes, but they did change. Okay. And again, are they still some piece of shit? Yeah. But still though, and he won absolutely, dude, he won the game of life and he's still making bank. Absolutely he is. PewDiePie got smart and he's thank you. He does it once a video once a month. So again, he does it once a month and yet he won the game of life. Or how Keemstar said it, he's beating the game of life. Look where he's at right now. You know, he's doing far better. While Phil is still stuck at what the prequel level, you want to say, of a video game, and still has not progressed.
Horror games craze on PC. So he just basically played the horror game, screamed at them, stuff like that. Guys,
no, that's fine, Fox. You know, a lot of us don't keep up with PewDiePie. I only keep him up like here and there, but I do know he does like a video like once a month, sometimes maybe once every 2 months. He's so far up there in the status that he don't even have to do much of anything.
His footing in there, and then he continued to grow and be successful from there.
Also, Phil bitched about not having someone to follow yet. Other game creator, got into direct capture. Yeah, he did. That is very true. It took him forever before we finally got into direct capture. And even still, then people move on to other things.
You know, they didn't do anything like I did. We're all unique people, you know? Sadly, I
fell
into
that one too.
A situation that I couldn't get.
Also, not this weekend, but the following week, I'm going to do this is how you don't play Fallout 4. Not 4, I'm sorry. New Vegas. That's at least 3 hours right there, minimal.
Out of. And what do? I'm not going to give up and quit. You know, I'm going to improve, which I have. Now, things are much different. Right? But people still hold on like it's...
What I love most about PewDiePie is that he makes one video a month and has 46 paid members. Well, yeah, that's the thing. He has like I think he gets a little more than that, dude. If I understand the last time he gets a little more than that, maybe 50K. But even still, then he doesn't have to do much. While this asshole begs every single day like he did yesterday.
2012 and act like that's the same me. It's not. Not at all.
You're still the same asshole from 2012, Phil. That has not changed.
You know? 2012 Phil is not 2026 Phil. You'd like it to be, but it's not. It's just not the case.
Yeah, not the case. Whatever you say, Phil. Big up, Zombie Fan. How you doing, my man?
Mr. How did I decide to make content for teens as an adult male? Because everything was popular at that time because of the angry video game nerd.
Wait. What?
How did I decide to make content for teens as an adult male? Because everything was popular at that time because of the angry video game nerd.
Oh my God. It's too early to start raging already. Phil. I'll make something crystal clear. It was not funny making sexual videos to teenagers back then as is now. It never was. Again, at this point in time, I'm starting to seriously think you are an in the closet PDF. They even sit there and say that was cool. You should have said, you know what, I should have never done that. That content was bad, but you still might act like, oh, it was for the time. Nobody asked to see that. And you got incredibly lucky. You had somebody's parents showed up to your place and gone old school over that. Again, never ever funny to make sexual content with minors.
And the Nostalgia Critic. Basically, they did exactly the same thing. They were in their late 20s, early 30s, and they were making these kind of videos. They were blowing up on the fucking internet. And people realized there's a huge viewer base for this kind of content.
So you gotta sit here and tell me I can't say my face, but to my screen that it's okay to make sexual content to minors back then. It never was. Again, you should be incredibly grateful somebody didn't show up to your place and went old school on your ass. Now, I mean old school, chat. Dude, you know, you old school. When I'm talking about old school, I'm talking about no talking, nothing. We're talking about furniture moving, that old school.
Simple. Only I was doing it directly on YouTube and with Let's...
He had some weird shit from last week. Yeah, we're going to cover some of the things. I'm not covering everything because time limitations, but there are some things I do want to cover that he said.
Plays and playthroughs. It was a different style, you know.
Also, Zombie, if you got time, you want me to jump in Discord? Let me know, my man.
Angry Video Game Nerd did these highly edited, scripted, irreverent reviews of retro games. Nostalgia Critic did exactly the same thing, but he did it with pop culture, like movies and TV. Well, I was doing impromptu style commentary of that style on...
Like when you said, Hulk Hogan, we coming for you N-word or other stuff. Yeah, nice try, bud.
Video game playthrough.
And yes, I'm urban too, but I'm not going to actually say the word. Big ups, Bossy. What's going on there? He's lucky and tell that no one has confronted him or anything. And if they did, they every time. No. Here's the thing, Bossy. This is what I mean. He's incredibly lucky that nobody has shown up to his house so far to this very day to go hands on. Because I'm telling you, there are some cats. I'm not saying I know, but there are some cats on the internet that are about that. Like, they don't care about the whole internet thing. They don't care about getting in trouble. They will show up to somebody's house and go old school. I'm talking about hands on. And again, Phil is incredibly lucky he has not had that happen to him. Now, has to be on the course. Oh yeah, take your time, zombie. Let me know, and I'll jump in. But he's lucky. He's so far lucky because people know about his address and anything else. He's so far lucky that nobody's shown up to his house. Because I'm telling you right now, if he pissed off the wrong person who's about that life, they don't care. Trust me, there are some cats in here. They don't care. And the reason I'm saying that is one of the old hospitals I used to work at, we had inmates coming in from one of the prisons, and let me tell you something. Some would behave, and then some just did not give a damn. Well, I mean, did not give a damn. They act all kind of way that the correction officer had to handle them. Like, that's how bad. In fact, let me jump in voice real quick. Give me a sec. Control station. Share screen. Where is the screen? There we go. Perfect. Let's get back to this. Yeah, take your time, zombie fan.
Says, my advice to everyone is never believe anyone's video about anyone else. People automatically have biases and will create content around that bias. You can't get rid of bias. It's subconscious. So you can't take videos about others as a fact, in my opinion. My opinion is this, okay? Everything on the internet needs to be taken with a grain of salt. Everything.
Okay. Everything needs to be taken a grain of salt. So, which in other words, what you be doing should be taken a grain of salt. In other words, you're talking about how you're this predominant, this successful streamer. That should be taken as a grain of salt. Even though we know you're not that successful, Phil. How we know that? Because you spend all your money in WWE champions.
Because you're right. Everyone has an angle. Everyone has a spin. Do you really?
Pandalay also left his ass when she was sick. Yeah, no, Pandalay did. That was the smartest move. Pandalay, actually, one of the few smartest moves she did. Leaving his ass, staying off the internet, and starting a family. Which, again, the last time I checked, she is a mother. I believe she has a baby boy. I'm not 100% certain if it's a boy or girl, but I do know she gave birth to her child a couple months back, and she's doing very well for herself. And she looks very healthy from what I've seen from the last picture. Unlike his current wife, who's big as a hippo.
That someone would make a 2-hour video about my playthrough of Demon Souls only in the hopes to come to the conclusion that they could prove I didn't do the dupe glitch? Of course.
Phil, Jesus Christ, there's so many, let's not even use that game. There's some plenty of games where you have rage quit, done something stupid, or cheated. Again, they didn't take it out of context. They didn't add something else into it. They're just showing your gameplay, provided, they cut off all the filler, and maybe add a couple of funny thing moments in there, and still get great context to it.
Now, the whole reason the video was made was to say, Phil lied. That's it.
Would you have?
That's the only reason. So what do you think the conclusion of the video is going to be? Oops, I wasted my time making this video because we found the opposite? Of course.
No, Phil, it's not a waste of time again. We know the truth. We know how you are. So, nice try. Side scroll is also called DSPL4. Here's the funniest thing, Anthony. Side scrolls was trying to help Phil before they started to go at him. What I mean by help, it was a 5-hour interview. I'm certainly sure Craig and Adam want to be 1 hour, but it took 5 of us. Each and every time they asked a question to Phil, it took him 15 to 20 minutes just to answer it, which I am sorry. At some point in time, I would have lost my mind. It's like, bro, stop with the looping, stop beating around the bush, just answer questions. It's simple yes or no. Again, that's why I love when it comes to truth seekers, Steve did not play around. As soon as Phil tried to do that, ring around the rosy shit, Steve's like, no, I'm keeping your ass right here. That's why I love that one so much, because Steve didn't hold no punches.
Of course not. And that's what I mean.
And even Steve said, bro, you're lying to me, and I don't have time for this.
People who do this kind of content, they have an agenda. They're not doing it for fun. They're not doing it because it's a hobby. They're doing it because they're hoping to get views and make money. Period.
Oh, my God. Phil. If people want to make money off of YouTube, you're not it. Majority of us make fun of you. Majority of us, actually, 95% of the detractors have jobs outside of this. We have lives outside of you. Okay, we all have jobs, whether it's working in the hospital, law enforcement, military, doctors, professors, whatever. When we make fun of you, it's a hobby. It's not something important. If I really want to make money, it's not you. I'll be doing something with gameplay, tech, whatever. Like, good Lord Almighty. And oh, big ups, Greedy Piggy. How are you doing there? Yeah, you can say that, Greedy Piggy. How you doing, my man?
So that's why this content is created. When I watch detractor content,
Whoa, so you do watch detractor content, even though we been knew about that.
about people like, let's say, Wings of Redemption.
You are still talking about. I just caught this again, Chad. One of the things I'm gonna tell y'all is when it comes to Phil, sit back, let him constantly talk. Eventually, not only will he tell himself, but his own chat will start calling out his bullshit. Like this person named Ricky Maggie literally said, "You are still talk about it. Holy shit, get over it." Like this person's telling Phil, like, bro, you still talking about this? Like, move on. Again, Phil, it's sad that even your own chat is telling you stop with this BS and just move on.
I know for a fact.
And even down here, someone named Jack Watt. Ooh, that, I don't know. This is a real Jack Watson. I mean, somebody, but because you cheat and a liar, again, your own chat is calling you out, Phil. That's pretty sad. And also, when Truth Seekers kept going in towards Phil, his only comeback was he has nothing to say. I don't care. Exactly, because he knew he was lying, and he knew he couldn't get out of it. Oh, thank you, Alex. Exactly. He's retiring this as a hobby. Again, Phil, everybody does this as a hobby. You're doing great. Hope you're having a great. No, I appreciate that, Greedy Pig. Again, I'm just doing this for today until about 1 o'clock because I have some other stuff to do. But I wanted to do this yesterday. But again, family cooking out for something for me, and I had a great time.
That person making that video is spinning what was said or done or happened on that stream in a way to emphasize moments of the stream to push a narrative about Wings. Okay? Now, in general, watching detractor content about someone can give you an idea of the negative things people.
I'm sorry, I keep pausing so much. I'm looking at Phil's YouTube chat. They're just like, dude, like you still talking about this nonsense. Even right here. Hello, Illy Games. Lily said, dude, I just let them make a cup of tea. Come back and you're still talking about it. Like, again, Phil, your own chat is telling you to move on. Like, good Lord have mercy.
People say about them and why people either like to make fun of them or the
DSP has raged Street Fighter against players like, oh, he has done that so many times that it's expected. And here's the funniest thing, Anthony. Don't be surprised when Street Fighter comes back. He's gonna bring it back eventually. He's so-called all retired only because he kept getting his ass whipped.
Problems they have with them. But you don't just blanket believe that it's all true because that would make you ignorant. What you need to do is judge for yourself. All right? Like, listen, I certainly think that Wings of Redemption is a flawed person, but I don't think he's a bad person. Does that make sense? I think that he has.
Okay, Phil. In my opinion, Wings is a pretty bad person. Not only that, talking about how he wanted to do stuff with minors, low age consent, and certain other things. Not only that, he pushed down his wife. So yeah, he's a pretty bad person in my book.
Some things in his life that he could improve.
But is he like the worst person on the internet? Not close to that. Those others have done way worse than what he has done.
He has mistakes that he repeatedly makes.
Like you have.
I understand why there are people on the internet who don't like him. But I don't
like people that don't like you.
I don't think he's a horrible person. I don't think he deserves his life to be ruined, his livelihood to be taken away. But I do think he has to work harder for himself to earn what he makes. But that doesn't make him a bad person. And I don't.
No. He is a bad person, Anthony. Don't get me wrong. Wings is because of the stuff he said and some stuff he's done. But is he the worst person on YouTube? No, there's others that have done way worse than what he has done.
I don't dislike Jordy at all. Honestly, I don't. Even with some of the things he says and does about me on his streams, I don't dislike the guy. Some people do. They outright just hate watch his detractor content, and they hate the fucking guy. They hate his
Fidget. Yes, he thinks he's way better than anyone on the doggone internet. And the sad part about it is he is not.
I don't.
Yeah, Anthony Scott is. I will agree on that one.
But that's because I'm in a unique situation where the same kind of content is made about me, and I know what's true about me and what's not, and I know I'm a flawed person who has shortcomings and problems, but I'm also not the devil that people make me out to be. I see from that middle perspective, and so I can understand how that applies to other people as well.
Okay, Phil. I'm gonna say this right now, because you're the type of person to say, I'm sorry so many times, but don't actually mean it. So the fact that you're saying you're a flawed person is nothing to me. We know you're a flawed person. You do nothing to try to even fix it, try to do better. So again, you might as well stop this little white lie you're trying to do.
You know? A lot of people can't do that. Because most of you out there who are watching this right now don't have hater content made on you.
Phil, there's some people that don't even like me. Do you think I care about it? No. I just laugh at it and move on. I might respond to like them once, and that's just it and keep it pushing. That's as simple as that.
I don't even know what that's like.
Oh, yes, Anthony. Scott does. And again, I'll make this crystal clear, Anthony, when it comes to Scott, aka Kimberly. He wanted that problem. Again, he kept saying he wanted no peace. excuse me, less peace. So he asked for that problem.
I don't wish it upon a single one of you that ever in your life you have
Yes,
people
Wings
dumping on
is
you like
very
they dump
overweight. He's way overweight than Phil. I think Wings is like 250 plus, I want to say.
on people like us on the internet because it's not pretty. You know, you have to have insanely thick skin to just push forward and get through it. You do.
Is somebody supposed to have insanely thick skin, Phil? Then why is it every time this take much for detractors to get under your skin?
And luckily for me, I'm in a position in my life where this shit doesn't affect me anymore. It doesn't.
That is a big fat lie.
It just doesn't. It doesn't have any impact. I've gotten to the point where I'm good. You know,
Hold on.
but
one second,
some people just can't handle it, and not everyone's made the same way. You know, some people just can't take that level of scrutiny, that level of online harassment. And, you know, seriously, I mean it. You know, I wouldn't wish it upon anyone out there to get that level of crap dumped on them on a daily basis. For nothing. For what?
Okay, Phil, then why is it that you want not just detractors to be Thanos snap out of existence? Why do you want people from, let's say, what was it, Microsoft? Or it could be Microsoft Sony, literally shout out of a cannon into the streets? You said it yourself. And that is, oh dear God, that is this little smug face. I am going to snip that perfectly right there. Thank you very much, Philip.
It's gotten so boring. These people have gotten so boring. Let's go.
Hey, what up, Zombie? How you doing, my man?
Waking up.
It's all
I
good.
literally woke up like 30 minutes ago.
Nah, take your time. I've been up since about, well, 6:30, something like that. And I was just doing other things. I'm like, let me make sure I set the stream up for today. So, and the funniest thing is, Zombie, I've been watching too much all last week. I come back, and it's the same nonsense. This dude talking about how he's a flawed individual and talking about change when he has not changed one bit.
He has not. It's
Yeah, it's like I said. It's like you know, somebody says, "Oh, I'm sorry, sorry, sorry." It's like, yeah, you're saying sorry, but you really don't mean it. There's a big difference.
yep.
Ooh, that's what's up, JoJo. Oops, shit, wrong button.
Go back 13 years and find something to complain about that Phil did. Huh? You had to go back 13 years? And
We don't have to go back 13 years. We can go back to last. We can go back to last month. Hell, we can go back a couple years ago with your spoon rant. Not hard to do, bud.
make a 2-hour video about something that actually isn't true. Now you're really at the bottom of the barrel. Really?
Oh, really? That's the bottom of the barrel. Then what you are completely under the barrel? Like again, Phil, you're not that guy, and I hate to use that word, but you are not.
Really? You're getting pretty down.
Oh, JoJo asked, "Did you eat anything, zombie yet?"
I literally woke up.
He just woke up, JoJo. Give him a minute.
Yes.
I need caffeine first.
No, get caffeine because right now I'm just drinking water.
Yeah,
over
I
here.
got my gamer subs. That's what I got right now.
There you go. Also, oh, Blackfoot. That's a cute name for your cat there, Fidget. Anything else you want to say, Phil?
Hello.
I'm sorry, Chad. Again, if you're going to do this, you might as well just get a TTS so that way you can have out because the dead hair doesn't make any sense. Like, Phil, seriously, come on.
Okay. It is now time for us to get ready. That got us right through the morning show. It is now time for us to get set up and begin.
Phil, let me make this crystal clear. 11:30 is not a morning show. That would be considered close to an afternoon show. A morning show be something. A morning show be like 9 o'clock.
Yeah, like bro, start at like 9 o'clock.
Yeah,
That makes more sense.
yeah, it's not a morning show. I don't know why he thinks 11:30 is a morning show. It's not.
With Pokemon Fire Red, everybody. Okay? So thanks for hanging out with me here on the morning show. I hope that you guys
Which, by the way, when it comes to this Pokemon Red games, I just been tuning out because it's like, Phil, whatever. You're still playing the game so boringly. He has not gotten to, what was it, the 4th gym, I think it was? Or maybe just got to it, the 4th or 5th gym. It's like, really, dude? I would have been gotten to at least the 6th gym by now. With grinding and stuff. Like, come on. Musical buff pup. I would definitely do that, JoJo.
had a good time.
or
And,
you can use code Badger for code Silver.
Well, that too.
I know, I'm not talking about the hospital code Silver.
Oh, I know. I know.
All right. I'm going to get rid of the city. I've had enough of this guy.
Thanks. Great job, Phil. Great job showing how thin-skinned you truly are.
All right. So, guys, thank you so much for watching the morning show. Tomorrow, there will be another morning show. All right?
His previous name was Nickel, but before I knew his name, it was Black Paws made him a member of the Blackfoot. Oh, okay, Fitch. There's nothing wrong with that.
We're gonna
Move on to the next one here.
I feel in trouble.
Oh, here we go. This is why I wanted to hear what he was going to talk about. Again, he did mention this a little bit. I want to see what he's going to say more on this.
What I mean about that is I'm a little bit of discomfort from DSP Tries It. Yeah. Another one of those episodes where I tried something new and it didn't work out too well, and now I'm in a little bit of discomfort. No, actually not the shits. Like, I haven't actually, like, had to, like, you know what I'm saying? But pain and, like, it just doesn't feel right. You know what I mean? Like, just, it's not sitting right. So, definitely what I was saying during DSP Tries It, when I was like, yeah, this doesn't taste very fresh, I was right. Notably that avocado. No.
Phil, when it comes to avocado, it's going to have a darker color. If it has a darker color and a bit of a nastier smell, then that means you shouldn't eat it. Even I know that. He lets. Oh no, trust me. He makes me want to kick him. And you're a cat. Oh no, I understand the fidget. Like you talk about Phil, makes you want to punch him in the stomach.
Anyway, a good evening, everybody. How is everyone? Give me 1 second. The curtains actually opened a little bit today. I don't know why, because there's no wind anymore, but maybe Jasper had jumped in them. I just want to close them all the way. Give me 1 sec, and then we'll chill.
My God.
A little dull-eyed
I know. Him and his damn curtains.
for people to actually watch the episode, because it is live right now over on DSP React, but it was the first time I had ever tried potbelly sandwiches for the show. I had had them previously many years ago, and I ordered a sandwich and a wrap.
Phil, nobody cares but you take some food.
Neither was good. It was very suspect for the price that they charged me to the portion size and the quality.
So you're complaining about the price, even though you charge your audience $150 per stream, not per day, per stream. So you can sit there and tell us that? Like, okay, dude.
And now I can confirm it must not have been fresh, because why else are my guts not feeling good right now? You know?
Maybe because there's also too much of the alcohol you've been drinking too.
So there you go.
Believe it or not, if you drink way too much alcohol, Phil, that can give you the runs too.
Yep.
He's always projecting there, Dave, and also big ups. I saw you sneak in there. No, by Anthony. Just
yeah,
himself.
didn't get the steak sandwich. I got the pizza sandwich, which someone had suggested. They said the pizza sub was like the best one. And I tried a chicken wrap because I figured, hey, offset this sandwich, which you know is not going to be healthy, with something that they're pushing as like a healthy alternative. No, sir.
No. That's not how it works. You're still ingesting a fuck ton of calories.
Yeah, absolutely. The thing
You're
is, with
fucking tard.
yeah, I don't know the exact calories when it comes to the pot belly, but I know it's like maybe 800 per sandwich, maybe more than that. The amount of stuff that's on it.
Probably around, to be generous, probably around like 650 or so.
Yeah, we'll leave it at that.
And that's me being generous.
Yeah. That DSP wife getting Jenny bottle too. Exactly that one too, Anthony.
Stepdad, what's going on? Thank you for our first contribution of the night. A cute and fluffy springtime bunny on YouTube. Not great. How are we doing on Kick?
And once again, worry about money.
50? Wow, we are not doing good.
Not worry about money. I'm talking about viewers on Kick and stuff. My bad, not money.
For this
Yeah,
game.
who cares? You got
Sheesh, hopefully we'll get more
150
people
watching.
See, it sucks because, like, when you play an indie game, you never know what's going to happen. In this case, I actually find this game fun and interesting, and I want to keep going, but that doesn't always equate to what people want. And if we're not going to get a lot of viewers and engagement and support for it, then we're not going to do it. I'll do something else that you guys want. You know, I got to listen, and it's your actions that tell me what you want. So let's see how it goes
Or
tonight.
you could just play what you want.
So already you're already holding this game by its throat. You're worried about not getting the right viewers. Phil, it doesn't matter. Just play the fucking game. There's been plenty of times where I play Spiral, another game, where I might have like 8 viewers, sometimes 10. Don't matter. I'm playing the game. I thoroughly enjoy playing. You make it seem like, oh god, you make it seem like playing video games is such a heavy chore, when it's really not. Like, come on, bro. Playing video games is a fun time waster. Everyone, well, not everyone, but a good chunk of people do it.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, good God Almighty.
What's new? Snake Sauce says, any thoughts on the quartering drama? What new drama is there now? I'm only aware of what people told me yesterday. I don't know of any other new developments because I don't follow this stuff.
That is a lie. You definitely been following it. You've been following it because you have a hate bonus to Aquino, so we know that's a lie right there.
Yep.
He didn't listen when his den said pale primrose. Oh no, we know about that.
So I can't really have thoughts on it.
Death Stranding is another good one.
I still
Another
don't
good
fully
game,
understand
Jojo.
what's going on. Because people are saying that quartering supposedly has flagged the Kino Casino Clips channel.
It's not supposedly at this point. Like, the fucker confirmed it himself by showing his search history on stream.
Yeah, Phil, it's confirmed. Not Kino, Kiwi showed it, as well as good old Jeremy showed it. So it's not supposedly he did do it.
Right? And got it
And the reason why he's saying supposedly is because the Corden did you a softball interview years ago that you thought would did in your favor, what made him look like a complete idiot.
and on YouTube. But how did he do that? I don't understand how he did that.
He
It
used
wasn't-
his Magic the Gathering channel. That's how he did it.
Yeah, Phil, like, come on.
Copyright strikes, right? Because copyright strikes don't stick. And you guys, I think, had said something about ban
Exactly,
evasion or
but
something,
we
but I
still
don't
don't-
understand that. I really don't understand the situation because I haven't been following it because I don't really care. It has nothing to do with me. I'm doing my own thing,
Oh my
right?
Go for it.
Of course, it has nothing to do with you, Phil, but it's still could be interesting to fucking look into.
Yeah. It has nothing to do with a lot of people. We're still looking into it. Again, you have other names outside the Detractiverse talking about this. Again, Steve, a few others, and Camelot has actually covered this too, Phil. It is something you should actually look into, something to check
Yeah,
out.
it's something that you absolutely should
Mhm.
because you don't want to fucking flag her on YouTube because that's like the gravest sin you can commit.
Exactly. Again, there's a reason why we say false copyright is the nuclear option.
Yeah, or even false flagging.
Mm-hmm.
That's right. Someone had mentioned more Clips channels got taken down today. And now everyone's looking at quartering and saying,
Wait a minute.
because I don't really care.
It even has emotes of courting with his balding head. I just saw that in his kick chat.
Wow.
That says a lot.
It has nothing to do with me. I'm doing my own thing, right? That's right. Someone had mentioned more Clips channels got taken down today. And now everyone's looking at quartering and saying it's him. See, here's the problem. This is why I don't engage in this kind of activity. Okay.
Oh boy, here we
Here
go.
we
Before I start, we're gonna start this right now. Okay, Phil, let's hear the BS is about to come out your mouth this time.
Okay? Because once it starts, even if it starts as a trickle, it's going to turn into a torrential downpour. Okay? It's like that little bit is going, and all of a sudden a giant flood. Because here's the thing, people will now see what's going on, and they're going to bandwagon and try to take advantage. Okay? You see? So that's what I think is going on. You might have people who really did legit strike channels or take channels down, and now you have other people that want to dogpile on the drama. So they're going to start issuing fake takedowns and fake strikes, and you're just going to have this endless circle of people battling each other. And that's not good. That's why when people say, why don't you take down detractor channels? I'm like,
that's not
what?
what's going on.
Can't do
though.
copyright without a lawsuit. Can't do.
Go ahead, Sam. I'm sorry, go ahead.
That is not what's going on, Phil. Everyone's dogpiling on the quartering because he's a false flagger.
Yeah. Exactly.
And everyone's not stooping to his level and flagging his channel. They're exposing him.
yeah, it's much easier to expose them. You know, some people I'm certainly sure they would love to do that. Don't do that. Do not floss. Do not flag the According's channel. Don't do that. But expose is nonsense. It's more important to show that.
Defamation without a lawsuit.
And then he fucking pivots to himself. Like, bro.
Well, that's the funniest thing. He's pivoting to himself talking about, oh, that's not a good thing. Phil, you copyright struck few people too. Now that you had your boy Super Puppy do your dirty work. I would not be talking on this conversation right here. He does. Hold on, what you mean there by Fidget? I might have missed that question by there.
Can't do fair use without a law.
Kicks lets you use emotes from all channels. That's the thing, it does, Alex, but he has banned emotes from the Kino Casino and Kick.
You know what I mean? Like, there's nothing you can really do that'll stick without a lawsuit. And the fact is, if I strike, they'll strike back. Even though it's bullshit, they don't care.
We definitely
They'll do it anyway. And it's like eye for an eye. And if everyone has the eye for an eye mentality, everyone will be blind. So wouldn't you just rather have it be how it is and find a way to succeed and thrive in the climate as it exists rather than burning everything down around you? Because I think that's what will happen. Like, everything will just burn. And the next thing you know, no one can do anything.
Just like you said plenty of times that detractors want to be Thanos snap out of existence. Exactly. That's another thing, Fox. Superhound does want to have the war with him. And how we know about that, Phil, is Snort Hogan tried to have a conversation with you, show that he did get struck, and you did nothing.
He's deaf in one eye. Gabriel, how are you? What's going on, man?
Anything else, Phil? Mr. Bennell?
Hello.
Yes, I do. I do work in the medical field. No, I'm not a doctor, Fidget. Not even close to that. But I work around doctors.
All right.
Mr. Bennell.
Well, let's start getting set up for our stream tonight. Doesn't look like we're getting much more attendance. That's not a good sign. It sucks. I really hope that we do have a good, solid night and we have a good time. Because we've had really good nights at this game. But it's weird how some games just fall off, right?
Just play the goddamn game. Who cares?
Just play it. Not to mention, Phil, it's you. You're the reason the game falls off because you're boring.
Exactly.
Like 90% of the time, you're sitting there with a resting fucking bitch face.
Expecting people to steal you money.
Okay. Here we go.
Thank you, Fidget. I think he did, JoJo.
I'm make sure I'm caught up on everything because my phone was saying I wasn't caught up on anything. It didn't load. Okay.
Also, Phil, you kept threatening the detractors when you really want to play fiddle around. No, he does do that, Fox, too many times.
I got a $2 tip. Someone says it's called the Streisand effect. The more that you try to shut something down, the more attention you'll end up bringing to it. So now Quartering is attempting to shut down these low-reviewed clip channels, and it's brought more negative attention and trolling to him than if he had just left them. Yeah, you know, it's a losing battle. It really is. It's like, why? Look at it this way. Here's the way I see it anyway, right?
Oh, boy.
Is if you are doing well for yourself, and if you are successful, and if everything is going good, why do you care about any of this crap, right? Now, when I was not doing well, and things were sucking, and it was because the direct influence of toxic people against me, yeah, that hurt. It really did. I like, damn, these people are concretely hurting my business. They're hurting my view counts. They're hurting my revenue. But I'm not there anymore. I'm out of that. I'm good. I'm in a good place. So why do I give a shit about the next nonsense documentary, the next stupid video, the next detractor? Who cares? I'm good. Let them do whatever they want. Again, like I said, it's eye for an eye. If everyone starts going after each other, we'll all be blind. We'll burn all of YouTube down and no one will be able to make any content. So that's my opinion anyway, and you can disagree.
Oh, I disagree with that one. Your entire opinion is completely dog shit, completely. Phil, plenty of times you go out the detractors. Remember, you're going after Duty, you're going after Raw Phil, you're going at the Bro side, you're going after, who else I'm thinking of? Memeology, Snort Bennell, Snort Hogan. Again, Phil, you're just lying straight. You're lying out both sides of your mouth. That's number one. Number two, you still do care. Even back then, when you didn't make all this money, whatever, even though you was, thanks to Machina, you were still thin-skinned you were back then as you currently are now. And because of your actions alone, you got way more detractors making fun of you. Again, from me, Zombie, Ice. I'm talking about recent ones. Ice, Detractor Red, many others. I'm not talking about the OGs, but newer ones that have been pop up because again, we see the bullshit that flies out your mouth and we give our 2 cents in it. The retro rewind of his, not really. I haven't been paying attention to much, JoJo, what he's been playing.
Legally.
He briefly mentioned Iviga for a hot minute, Anthony, and then just left him alone.
People do have the right to go after people who they feel have wronged them, whether it's, a copyright issue, a defamation issue, whatever. You legally could do it, I guess, but I just don't see the point,
Phil, you said out of your own mouth that if you can't no longer make money on YouTube, you're going to sue the detractors. You said that out of your own mouth. Like, come on, dude. If you're going to lie, at least keep up your lies. You constantly switch up every single day.
Mm-hmm.
It's a blockbuster. Oh, I would definitely check that out there, my man.
Okay. I need that dog. All right. Now you might say, Naughty Dog. Like, they completely fell off after Last of Us 2.
Now you're going to have to Neil Druckmann again.
We're supposed to make an entire multiplayer game based around The Last of Us. That got canceled. They're supposedly making this intergalactic game, but where is it? We have no idea, and there's no information about when it's coming out yet, and it looks woke. So, who really cares?
Oh my god. Keep going, Phil. Keep going.
You know what? Yeah. Right. Let me keep going.
Good question. But the rumor that came out this morning about Naughty Dog is that they have decided to actually make a Last of Us Part 3. Firstly, you have to wonder, What would it be about? The continuation of the plot line of Ellie and Abby going their separate ways? Maybe. Not sure. All right. But the thing is, since The Last of Us 2 released, things have changed. Okay? When The Last of Us 2 released in 2020, the world was a different place. We were in COVID lockdowns. The Black Lives Matter movement was hugely prominent in social media and human culture. Okay?
Oh, God.
This is gonna be bad.
Yeah, it is already. I feel like bashing my head against something. I think the lawyers are. They are. They are, Phil. So they can definitely cost you an arm and leg. But okay, Phil. So you decide to bring up COVID. You decide to bring up Black Lives Matter. What does that have to do with the fucking game?
Okay? Lots of things have been pushed to the liberal front. But it's now 2026. And in the last 6 years, there has been a polarizing pendulum shift from the left all the way to the right. Meaning, games that attempt to be woke, like The Last of Us 2 most definitely attempted to do, aren't doing well anymore. In fact, they are
Explain how
failing.
it's woke. Explain. No. You need to explain. Okay. Firstly, define what woke is. I ask this question a lot of times to these people, and I always get a different answer. So they don't have a set definition. And then guess what, Phil? Then you have to explain how it's woke.
Yeah,
That's how that works.
it's like example for if I decided to talk about how, the Cowboys suck. Well, why do the Cowboys suck? I had to explain why they suck, Phil. You can't sit and talk about it's woke and don't go into details why it's woke. Because right now you're just going with the popular thing to say. I guarantee you, Zombie, give it a couple more years, then he's gonna start start complaining about the right.
And guess what, Phil? Yeah, we shifted to the right, but people are pushing back because we're going too far.
Yeah, at this point, people are trying to stay right to the middle at this point because I know. Okay, I'm just gonna say this briefly, chat. I do not like going to politics, but with the current situation with Iran and stuff, yeah,
Yeah.
that situation is not going too well. Cowboys won the glitter. The day the Cowboys won the Super Bowl will be the same day I turned 95. Not happening. Well, actually, I do want to live 95, but still, not happening.
They are completely flopping. So, is Naughty Dog...
Oh, hold on. Woke is the type of movement that encourages and promotes the LGBT agenda, including feminists. Well, that's true there, Greek Piggy. That is true. But Phil does not understand the meaning of woke. The last of two didn't get flagged for being woke. It got caught for flag for because of the story. Not only that, they actually were pissed off to how for those spoiler, how Joel died early in the game. People are still pissed about that.
Yeah, because from a writing perspective, if you have to make your character an idiot just to kill him off, you've written something poorly.
Yeah.
Like, Joel is in his 60s in Last of Us Part 2, because Ellie is like, what, close to an adult?
If I'm not mistaken,
she's like, what, 18?
Last of Us 1, I think she's like 16. I know in the Last of Us Part 2,
I think she's like 13 in Last of Us Part 1.
Oh, okay.
So still pretty young.
Yeah, still pretty young. So Joel was definitely... So if he was
and Joel was like close in... I think Joel's like in his 50s in the first one.
Yeah, if anything else, mid to late 50s, we'll have to say.
Yeah, and so he's probably in his 60s.
Mm-hmm.
He could very easily be taken out in a fight.
True. But the way they wrote it, and I did see it, yeah. I always tell folks, if you go do the Last of Us, just do 1 and don't go into 2. Because you're going to be gravely disappointed with 2.
Yeah, because 2, they try to make Joel the villain, even though Joel in the first one was morally gray.
Yeah. That's another reason why Last of Us Part 1 was really good, because it had a lot of gray moments to make sense.
Yeah, like morally, Joel is a very gray character. He's not meant to be a hero, but he's not a villain.
Yeah, exactly.
Because even he admitted that he's done some horrible things to survive.
Mm-hmm. Yes. And again, that's why a lot of people can connect with Joel, because there's some situations in our lives where we had done some things that we're not happy with, and we wasn't trying to be the villain, but it didn't come out the way we did.
Exactly. And not to mention Joel realizes he can't change the past, but he can at least build himself a future, which is why he becomes a father figure to Ellie.
Exactly. Big ups, Jay. How you doing there? Again, 19 people. I appreciate everybody here, on a fine, beautiful Monday.
Attempt this again. And are they thinking that by the time that they finish The Last of Us Part 3, that maybe the pendulum will be swinging
Alex,
back left?
It is. Part 1 is.
It very well could be, because these games don't get made overnight. It could be another 5 years for this game to come out, and by 2031, maybe everything will have swung back again. Okay? But here's the...
Okay, Phil. I am sick of games being half done, half baked. I'd rather for games take, I don't know, 5 years for it to come out, but make sure it's properly done. In the past, decade, we had games that came out half baked and they want to decide, and the companies decided to, okay, we're going to fix it over time. No, you should have made sure this game was fixed before you got it on launch. That's why a lot of us, including myself, have stopped really buying day one games because we already know it's going to be a mess and we wait some time before the game is finally fixed.
Yeah, like I bought Graveyard Warfare a while back. That game was in early access, and I didn't play it for a long time because the performance was awful. But I come back and I'm actually enjoying the game because the performance is actually really good.
Exactly. Oh, I bet it. A game. I could give you a perfect game. No Man's Sky.
Ooh, that's a good example.
Yeah, the way that game launched was a piece of crap. And then the years later, it got fixed. Is a lot better. Again, that's what people want games to be fully done and great going out from the gate. We're sick of tired games being done half-baked.
Funny part about all of this, all right? The piece that people seem to be stumbling over is that the leak or the news rumor is that The Last of Us 3 will be coming out. However, Naughty Dog does have 2 other projects that they're working on first that will come out before Last of Us 3. The first being Intergalactic, which we all know. They're already making that one. So we know that
that's another one. Cyberpunk. That's another great example. And I remember playing that game on the PC, and it did pretty well. I did put the game down for a little bit because there was still some performance issues on my side on the PC. But then after I picked it up years later, it's gotten much better.
One's coming out first.
I claim my hipster points. I said Cyberpunk was good despite the bugs and glitches.
Right.
Did people listen? No.
Nope. And then later on, they fixed it really well, and now it's so polished that it's in the top 5.
And then they released 2.0 that completely reworked the game, and it's really fucking good.
It is.
Not to mention the Phantom Liberty DLC is just goated. They cooked.
Exactly. They did a great job with Phantom Liberty. Definitely play that, chat. I highly recommend it.
Apparently, they're making Uncharted 5. Uncharted 5.
Yeah, and?
That's mind-blowing and head-scratching at the same time. Why? Well, Uncharted 4 ended on a high note, a positive end for the series. Essentially, Nathan Drake and Elena, they ride off into the sunset as a family. They have a daughter now who they're teaching about archaeology and things like that. And it just seems like that was the perfect way to end it. Was there Uncharted content afterward? Yes, but it was a standalone DLC featuring 2 of the side characters going on an adventure together, and it purposefully left Nathan Drake out of it because that made sense. He's already had his epilogue story, per se, okay?
And where are you going with this, Phil?
So, Uncharted 5 sounds very bizarre to me. You know what this reminds me of?
What?
Indiana Jones and the Dial of Destiny or whatever. We already had your happy ending. Did you see Crystal Skull? He got married. That was the happy ending that everyone wanted. Why is there another movie?
No. Crystal Skull was dog shit. Nobody liked that film. And not to mention, isn't Dial of Destiny the fucking game?
I believe so. I have to pull that up a little bit later, but I'm trying to figure out where he's going with this.
And even then, Phil, you could still make other stories with the fucking character.
Yeah. Or maybe
and this isn't tied to the fucking movie canon.
No, you're okay, Fidget. You're okay. Also, Phil, what do you know about Uncharted? I know about Uncharted. Why? Oh no, he doesn't know much about it. He barely even pay attention into the game. More people play Metaphor. I'm definitely gonna start getting more into that game. Hey, no, Fidget, if you gotta go, it's okay. You gotta go. You gotta take care of stuff. You're absolutely fine. I appreciate you stopping by, Fidget, but you gotta go take care of stuff. Go on ahead, take care of that. It's very important.
Why are you ruining the story and the lore of this character? What is going on? Okay? But even more confusing about all of this is that all of this news is not in line with what actually has been going on with Neil Druckmann and what he's been saying in recent years. Allow me to explain. So 2-3 years ago,
that's a good one.
The Last of Us Season 1 released on HBO Max, and it was critically acclaimed. It blew up in popularity. Everyone was talking about it. Oh my God, what a great adaptation of a game into a television show, shaking the industry. Wow, they finally made a good video game TV show for the first time ever, right?
You too, Fidget. I appreciate it.
Now, in reality, let's be honest here, The reason that The Last of Us Season 1 was good is because it was based on The Last of Us Part 1, the first game. You know, the one Neil Druckmann didn't write. That's why it was good. And to be honest, every single time that Druckmann put his fingers into the plot and changed it for the show, i.e. the entire episode that was about the guy who was a side character for one chapter, now having an entire episode about his gay relationship with another guy that he met in this zombie apocalypse and how they survived until finally...
Wait. So you go to bash him because he made a gay character?
Hold on. I'm going to let him cook just a little bit longer. Then I'm
know
going
what?
to
You're
fucking demolish him.
You know what? You're right. Let me let him continue.
One of them died and he was a survivor later on. It has nothing to do whatsoever with the plot of The Last of Us. And he decided to interject that again into the show.
Go for it.
No, Phil. Bill being gay was always there. Like Ellie finds the fucking adult magazine of men, and he calls the guy that Joel finds his partner. Like him being gay, it was always there. And they're trying to flesh Bill out a little bit more in the show.
Okay, so that makes sense. That's why he was bashed about it, because the fact of it is they were trying to flesh this character out, and he had a problem with that. What up,
Yeah,
Jetsa? How you doing there?
And not to mention, like I said, the underlying tone of Bill being gay was always there, and they're exploring that, and they're exploring Bill's character a little bit.
Yeah, it's called expanding the character, Phil. That's how they do
Yeah,
that.
there's no interjecting going on. The interjecting doesn't exist.
Exactly. So again, Phil, you may want to actually not redirect, but be careful what you're going to say, because right now you're going to talk out of your ass like you normally do.
There's a reason why I say that, you know, characters like Judy or characters like Bill work because the subtlety is there.
Mm-hmm.
You know, like they drop a line saying like, yeah, I used to have a crush on this person, or I used to date this person years back.
Exactly.
In fact, I'll even use Judy's romance progression. If you play female V, you know, she'll start flirting. She'll start flirting with you.
Yeah, she does.
During one of the missions. And then also during the mission with Hanako, and if you manage to take out the Tiger Leaders and spare Hanako, Judy ends up kissing V.
She does.
Or even another example, Kerry Uridine. He's gay.
Oh, he is. He definitely plays male V. You have to like go into his character a lot more.
Yeah, exactly. And and of course, subtlety like that just goes over Phil's head. He just does not understand nuance of good character writing.
He doesn't.
Like everything has to be fucking explained to him. I'm like, no, Phil. One of the rules of any good storytelling is show, don't tell.
Exactly. And even if they try to show it to Phil, he still doesn't understand because he's an idiot.
Exactly.
Phil is good. Phil took accept. That's the thing, Cricket Piggy. He won't accept it. Even though we all know that Phil's an in-closet bastard. Phil's an in-closet gay, and he has to hate on something more. He does, Alex.
Yeah, exactly.
And that's the thing, Phil. You might just come to the closet and admit that you're gay. You know, nobody cares about it, but still, though, you should just come out. Because we know you and Kat have nothing, romantic going on in your life at all.
For his woke vibes and his leftist...
Go for it.
Yeah, Phil is just doing the gay thing of marrying a woman so that people don't know that he's gay.
Even though all people have to do is just watch clips so they can see it.
Exactly.
Agendas, okay? That stuff didn't really shine as well because it didn't make sense. But everything that he stuck to the plot of Last of Us 1 for worked well, and that's why the show was so praised. So, basically, after that first season released, he went to overdrive trying to produce and make The Last of Us Season 2. And when he did that, he basically lost focus on game development. And in fact, during interviews at this time frame, he had said, I think basically this next game that I'm going to make is my last one. I'm feeling burnt out on games. I don't really want to make games anymore. I think I want to be like a media guy. I want to make shows and movies and things like that. He thought that because of the success of The Last of Us Season 1, that he was going to break into Hollywood as some kind of either a director, writer, producer, whatever.
Where's your proof in this, Phil?
How do you know this?
I need proof, because right now I don't believe a single thing is flying out your mouth.
I don't believe him.
Nor do I. Just release your inner Gatum feels. Stop hiding. Exactly. He needs to stop hiding who he really is and how he really truly feels.
Okay.
Because I mean, we all know how he's always constantly going to LTG. Yeah, even LTG is telling him, like, dude, now this is some gay stuff you come at me. Like, come on.
Well, the funny part about that was it couldn't have been further from what really happened.
Oh, he
Hollywood
was
rejected him. He tried to go to red carpet premieres. He tried to be part of the discussion.
Shut up, Phil. I know he was doing that, but I didn't realize how far deep he was into doing that, JoJo.
Of up and coming, directors and stuff. Hollywood did not like this guy at all. Okay, they shunned him. They did not want to associate him. They did not want to hire him for any work or anything. Basically, they were like, this guy is an outsider, and we can tell he's a poser trying to get in with us, and we don't like him.
Kind of like how you are?
So basically, what happened was 2-3 years, he's trying to break his foot into the industry, can't do it. So he just focuses on Last of Us 2. And in the meantime, he completely cancels the Last of Us multiplayer game. Despite the fact that game developers have come out and outright said it was close to being completed, he just gave up on it and canceled the whole thing. So all those years that people were looking forward
yes, they get canceled, Phil. He only canceled for other reasons because he want to focus on something else.
to, he kept promising it. And in fact, it's a broken promise because if you actually remember, The Last of Us 1 had multiplayer. And when The Last of Us 2 was coming out, we were also promised it would have multiplayer. But then, only like 6 months before the release of the game, it was announced the multiplayer is being dropped. It will not be part of this release, but he's going to make a full-on multiplayer game later, only for it to be canceled. So it's broken promise after broken promise, you see? So Last of Us 2 comes out, flops, way less views than Season 1, okay? Critically panned, bad writing, bad plot, people making fun of the actor. Why? Because the actor who plays Ellie, now it's come to find out, wasn't just a girl when they filmed Season 1. She's an actress who actually has a physical condition where her body isn't really growing or aging. So she endlessly looks like a little girl, and she always will look like a little girl for her whole life, pretty much. So Season 1, it fit, because that was supposed to be little girl Ellie. But Season 2 was supposed to be young adult Ellie, right? In her 20s or whatever. And she looks exactly the same.
In her 20s?
I'm going to look this up.
Please do, because I don't...
So it's a little girl running around murdering adults, which makes absolutely no sense whatsoever. It's absolute nonsense. Okay, so everyone just completely...
19. She was 14 in part 1, and part 2 she's 19.
Okay, so she's 19.
Made fun of it, destroyed this thing, saying, what a horrible show. So
you do realize the Season 2 is going to be doomed to fail because of the bad writing and because of part 2 of the video game, Phil. You know that, right?
Yeah, I don't think Phil gets that.
He doesn't. He's too much of an idiot. Big ups, Dunce. How you feeling, my man? Happy morning to you as well.
There is a Season 3 coming, only because they didn't finish the plot of The Last of Us 2 in that season. So there's only one more season coming, and they're outright saying that's going to be it. Like, the show didn't do so well in Season 2. There's no way they're going to extend it past Season 3. This will be the third and final season for The Last of Us show.
Also, Phil, I don't care how many times you mute the mic. I can see you snoring. There's stuff to take care of that. Why don't you go and actually take some over-the-counter medication to take care of that?
Why am I talking about all this? Well, because as I said, Neil Druckmann...
Have you not seen Children of the Corn? I actually have not seen that, Jay.
...and was saying in interviews just a couple years ago, I'm burnt out on games. This multiplayer game will be my last one, and then I'm moving on. But what happened was Hollywood rejected him, and The Last of Us Season 2 flopped miserably. So because of that, guess what? He's back. Now we have Uncharted 5 coming out, apparently, and then The Last of Us 3. And this never would have happened if this guy had gotten into Hollywood. So it just shows, sadly, this guy has no passion for what he actually does. He just wants to be prominent in some way. He wants to be...
Like yourself?
Yeah, I was just going to say that. I was going to say that. Phil, have you taken a look in the mirror? Because ironically, you're also talking about yourself. You know how you're trying to be predominant on YouTube when you're really not? And how you fall from grace? You got mostly a dead, pretty much almost a dead channel. You got what, 222K subs? And yet your channel, 230K. Yet it's still a dead channel. You still have not even made it close to 300K, Phil. Like, good God Almighty. How about you take a look in the mirror yourself?
Nolan is a big shot. That's why he's doing it.
The reason Normal Reed got cast in Dark was definitely because Del Toro told him. Oh, that explains that one there, JoJo.
Because if he had passion, he never would have canceled his multiplayer game. He never would have tried to get into Hollywood to begin with. Sad. This guy's got a giant head, always has. And now he's essentially going to bring down everything that's been created by Naughty Dog. Because now he's going to continue Uncharted. Well, guess what? I have zero faith that this guy's going to make a good Uncharted 5. Zero.
Just like I have zero faith with your content, that majority of the times, 90% of the times, your content is pretty much the same shit you're talking about. And Neil would, hey, Lonely, you better watch that. Phil ain't gonna like that, even though we definitely think that Neil would kick his ass anyways.
I have absolutely no belief in my head that this guy could actually make an Uncharted game that's worth playing on his lonesome. You got to remember with Uncharted 4, that was a game that was more than half done. Then he fired the woman who was in charge of the Uncharted franchise, or she left, or both. It's unclear because
Intel gave him the first movie role. I think he did, JoJo.
of an NDA. No one actually knows what happened there. And then he took what she had already done and retooled it into what he made into Uncharted 4. Meaning Uncharted 5 will be the first time he'll be making a game from the ground up himself as the director. Based on his track record,
Dead. His courting video got 6K views in one day, dude. He is. That's because he got lucky on that one, Alex.
really think that it's going to be good? Hirovash in,
But even with 6K, that's still not good for a 230K plus channel.
in the YouTube chat just said it. He says, Uncharted 5 probably will now be based around Nathan's daughter, and watch, he'll kill off Nathan. Yeah, I would believe that. I would believe that in Uncharted 5, it starts off with the daughter and him, and then Nathan gets killed. The most popular character in the franchise, right? The strong male lead, kill his ass, so we can have a teenage girl as the lead of the Uncharted franchise moving forward for his own agenda.
Do you have proof of that? Do you have proof of that, Phil? Before you can go down this rabbit hole, I need some proof. If you look up his channel on Social Blade, it's always to gain exactly 100,000 even now and then. Yeah, I know how there is, but even still when it comes to Phil, that's still not good enough for him.
I would not
I know, Alex. I know.
be shocked whatsoever if that's what happens. Seriously.
Like, really hard there. At this point, he's been doing this for 18 years. He should be least bare minimum, in my opinion, at least 2 million subs. He says he's not even reached close to 300K. That's how bad he is. Exactly, Alex. It is.
So anyway, yeah,
Well, we know
interesting news. So yeah, here's the thing though, and here's what my belief is. Intergalactic.
Oh, but here we
okay?
go.
When is it coming out? We don't know yet, right? It doesn't actually have a solid release date. But the thing is, times have changed, right? Gaming has changed. Culture has changed. People are not looking for woke games anymore. And the ones that are coming out, few and far between, they're not doing very well. They end up for a very small audience. And yes, they can usually find an audience, but they're not resonating with the mainstream gamers anymore. The mainstream gamers are making fun of these games online, tearing them a new butthole. And even those that manage to be successful, to some extent, are not reaching the levels of success as things before. For example, Ghost of Yokai, or Yotai, Ghost of Yotai, right? Where it's basically the same game as Ghost of Tsushima, only they swapped the protagonist to be a woman. And apparently, from what I understand, has a few things in it that are a little bit left-leaning, but not too many. But basically, it was an attempt to swap it out, do the same game twice, but now have it lean a little bit that way. And guess what? Did it do well? It did, but not as well as the first game. Didn't win awards, not in the discussion anymore, swept under the rug as if it never existed. That's what's happening with these kind of games. So I'm curious, what's going to happen when this Intergalactic game comes out? I mean, they're putting
How about you actually just wait and see how it goes before you run your mouth again?
all their eggs in one basket right now. They have nothing else happening. Like I said, the order is Intergalactic, Uncharted 5, Last of Us 3. Well, if Intergalactic doesn't do well, I wouldn't count on Uncharted 5 or Last of Us 3. I'm just saying, like, they don't have anything going for them right now. The show has tanked, and they're only making a season 3, so it's not a cliffhanger ending with no true ending.
Kind of like how your show is complete tank. You know, on top of your show, you remember Project 7? Again, Phil, you shouldn't be talking about this because you have no success in this.
And they already kicked him off the show. Something I forgot to mention here. They kicked him off the show. They literally kicked Neil
Because he just wants to talk about something. He doesn't want to play the actual game he's supposed to play, Lewis. Phil, you played so many games that woke, and somehow you didn't. Exactly, he didn't. He didn't, Boltsy. He has played plenty of them. Tomb Raider has a woman, Phil, and it worked. It does.
Druckmann off the show
Nah, yeah, Anthony, it's gonna be coming.
and said, we don't want you making Last of Us TV show anymore because season 2 sucked. So he's done, and they got someone else finishing the show for him. So, yeah, for me, I hear all this news and I'm like, man, gaming has changed. Because it used to be, hey, a great game is coming out from this tried and true intellectual property, and we all love it. It's like, wow, we get excited for games. Oh, we can't do that anymore, right? We can't. Everything has to have politics interjected into it. Everything has to have egos interjected into it. Everything has to have drama. Why can't we just have good games? It's a good question, isn't it? What happened to just being able to trust certain companies with pumping out high-quality games that we know are going to be worth our dollar every year? Seems like these games are few and far between these days, right? In the very least, with a company like Capcom, the games that they're coming out with these days, such as Resident Evil Requiem, they seem to still be
What else?
hitting it.
Squirrel?
You
How
know what
you
I'm
doing
saying? Like, they
there?
seem to be trustworthy. But I think Capcom these days is the exception to the rule. For every Capcom, right, we've got Bethesda, right, or BioWare. Companies that used to pump out great games, and now they're just pumping out schlock or crap. It's like, what happened? How the mighty have fallen? Just give me a good game. I used to be able to love everything they did, and now we can't do that anymore.
Just like you always complain about, what was it? You complain about Baldur's Gate 3, you complain about Doom, you complain about other games that are made by other companies that actually done very well. Again, Phil, we'll not be talking about this because right now you're trying to sit on the fence. You're not taking either side.
So I hear the news. Oh, Naughty Dog's
is
going to be
making
making
a Castlevania.
Last of Us
They're
3, and I'm like,
making another
oh,
one?
Last of Us 3 after 2, I don't know. Oh, by the way, that's after Uncharted 5.
If you were a real gamer, Phil, you would have played Yoti and ignored that it was what was said. Make your own mind up and stop letting Twitter's exactly scroll. The problem is scroll. When it comes to Phil, he likes to sit on that fence and he doesn't want to pick a side.
Like, Uncharted 5? No. No.
You don't have to play it, Phil. You don't have to play it. You don't want to play it? You don't have to play it. But here's the other thing. And also, oh, wait, Lonely once again. Phil, can we end this topic for fuck's sake? Again, Phil, your own chats tell you just move on from this. Nobody cares your little stupid takes. Just play the fucking game.
Anyway, so that's really the only game news I have to talk about today. I figured let's get the topic out there and discuss it for a little bit before we jump into other stuff and we chill for a bit. Okay, before I even booted the game.
Exactly.
I got people yelling at me in chat. Oh, this game is woke. This game is crap. This game sucks because Wait, what are you talking about? Are you playing it yet? Like, have you even seen a moment of it? Or do you just believe everything you hear online because you like to join hate mobs to feel like you're a part of something?
Just like the little hate mob you create around your circle.
Right? Can we just judge a game
You actually groom your own chat to hate on Nintendo.
on its own merits? And,
Go after Phil Spencer.
for me, the game last year where
Go after Sony.
that outright happened was South of Midnight, where I started playing the game. And yes, the protagonist was a young black woman. That's true. Okay? And yes, it
Phil, be careful where you're about to go because everybody knows you're racist.
was set in, like the bayous of Louisiana.
Also, big ups Mars Champion. How you doing? He wants to say Capcom is the exception to the rule. But remember how he hated Resident Evil 9, Street Fighter 6, how he's played... No. We know about that, Mars. We know. But again, Phil likes to play selective memory. But the funniest thing is, one thing that the internet is very good at, and actually multiple things, they always make sure to clip and store the stuff that he says.
So Creole and that kind of culture or whatever. And it was interesting art style. The gameplay felt to me more like a throwback to the PS2 era of platformers and combat games and stuff like that, like, Ratchet and Clank and Jak and Daxter and stuff like that. I enjoyed the 2-3 hours of it that I played. The entire time I'm playing, the chat is screaming, this game is woke, this game is leftist, this game is liberal, this game is crap, stop playing it, we're not going to watch it, we're not going to support it, we reject it. And I'm like, we can't even just enjoy games anymore, huh? Everything has to be this agenda. Everything has to be one way or the other. Why? Why are we completely inundated and permeated life with politics
I see that.
and
I know
culture
that
wars?
one is.
Why can't we just enjoy fucking video games
JoJo.
at face value? I just don't get it. It drives me bonkers.
Of course, everything drives you bonkers, Phil.
She makes
Oops.
Early, we still have
And I think
20
one video, what was this? I think one video, 4 out of 5. Like I said, I'm only doing 9 videos. 2 of them are gonna be like 30 minutes long, but if it gets to, I might like 11:30, I might have to speed a bit more because, like I said, by 1 o'clock, that's what the call it quits here. But let's continue on.
plus minutes to build up the stream and get a good group going, hopefully. I'm just going to forewarn all of you that are here early. I'm having major problems today with my nose. Earlier today, I couldn't stop sneezing. Then it wouldn't stop running. And the only thing I can think of is that it is, spring allergy season. I'm not sick. Like, I don't have any other symptoms. It's just
Nasal spray, Phil. Nasal spray. That's going to fix your problem easily. Stop with the excuses why this ain't working, why that not working. Nasal spray, buddy.
my nose. And I did take an allergy pill earlier, and I think like it did help it a
I
little
know,
bit.
JoJo. He probably
But
will there.
It's
Lewis.
not perfect. Like right now, I can tell you, because it's been going all day, I got the nasal drip going and everything. It's very annoying. Okay, so I already did as much
Nasal
as I
spray,
could.
Phil. Take it to make him feel much
I got
better.
my drop button here. If I need to clear my throat or my sinuses here tonight, I'll try to use it as much as I possibly can. But may have to, pause to blow my nose or whatever here tonight.
Astros, big ups there. How you doing there? If you try hard enough, you can find politics and everything using to torture you enough. Yeah, you can find it in just about every single piece of media, Astro. You are correct on that.
Occasionally. It sucks, but what can you do, right? All right.
What can you do? Just take a nasal spray and you'll be fine with it.
So how y'all doing tonight? What's going on?
I'm going to
What,
load the mini bat suits in the game. There's plenty of that.
Hold on
I
one
do
second when I
know.
see what my settings, my air conditioner's on. There we go. It's feeling a little stuffy in here. I wanted to get some cooler air. Adjusted it there. What's going on? What's everyone up to? Wow, YouTube chat is like dead. What's going on YouTube? Hopefully we get more viewers. What's happening over there? Yeah, very annoying. Very, very annoying. What can I do though, It came out of nowhere. Like I had no symptoms, no problems at all. And all of a sudden this morning it began right before I came in here for the first stream. I started sneezing. Like, oh, sneezing is bad. And it's just, it persisted as I was trying to play Crimson Desert. I'm sitting here, my nose is like running. I'm like, oh, just stop. Very annoying, very disgusting. Am I excited for Directive 2080? I'm interested in, of course, anything from Supermassive, right? I believe this is the second season of the Dark Pictures anthology. They're actually doing a new season. Well, they call it season, but it's not really. It's going to be like probably like
What's this
4 more
one that I
games,
think
one
it's
every
like
year, I
what
would hope.
70 and something like that.
No, I do not have a lucky item. No, I don't. What's up, Casanova? How you doing?
It's a dead channel, Phil, because you made it exactly, Bolty. You made it that way.
What was
And
different?
it's completely dead. Not even just because of this chat, but you made it dead because people in the chat can't do anything. They can't talk about anything unless it's talking about the specific game or the specific topic at that time.
We had
And if you even leave a comment that he doesn't like, he deletes it.
dark meat chicken that was marinated in a like
Chicken thighs.
I don't know if they call it adobo. I don't think so. I think they called it like
Phil, when you say dark meat chicken, it means chicken thighs.
like carnitas, like a carnitas like flavoring. And so we had that chicken in these little mini taco shells that were flavored. One was like sriracha ranch, one was like jalapeno, and one was plain. And we had that with pico de gallo and a little bit of salsa verde. And I had a bunch of those, like 4 or 5 of those. That was dinner. They were little mini tacos, you know. They were delicious.
Little mini tacos.
I know carnitas is pork, but they were claiming that it was supposed to be the flavor of like the seasoning you would put on carnitas, but it was on dark meat chicken instead, if that makes sense.
Yeah, more than likely you're going to be ordering DoorDash in a few. Carnitas seasoning. I know. Urban chickens.
Yeah, we got these ones that were flavored that was really nice because we had a few weeks ago tried to do the same thing, but we tried to do it with these corn taco shells and they just disintegrated. They just like fell right apart when we were trying to eat the taco. So we're like, we're not getting those again. So instead we got these, what are they called? Flour based, but they were flavored and they actually tasted really, really good.
Of course, Phil, when it comes to taco shells or soft shells, you have corn, you have flour. And of course, Phil banning somebody already.
Oh man, my stupid nose.
Nasal spray. Use it, dumb nuts. Gaming
My nose is
channel,
all
ladies
raw.
and
I blew so
gentlemen,
much
you know,
today.
some-
So my nose is all
exactly.
raw on the bottom. I'm like, oh, I hate this feeling. I haven't had this in a very long time. Usually when I get a cold, if I get a cold, I never get like running nose constantly. It's very rare. I'll get congestion, but not like running nose.
Phil, when you get a cold, you got to get a runny nose.
So this is weird. Maybe it is a cold. I don't know. The thing is, I don't feel run down in any other way but my nose right now.
Okay, if it's such a problem, why don't you go to the damn doctors?
What's up, Willow?
I mean, good God, you make it seem like you're catching COVID. for
No, I'm
crying
not
out
trying
loud
to
when
sign
it's
this
not even the
rinse.
case. Just go to the doctors, get checked out. Mr. Bennell?
Yeah, in fact, hold on 1 second. My nose, I tell you right now, it's running. Give me a sec.
Mr. Bennell?
Romano comes out on Friday. I looked it up. It doesn't come out until like 9-ish
Oh, he is very
on
special.
Thursday night, so I'll play it as the daytime stream on Friday.
Because it has a bit more flavor in that. I understand chicken breast, aka white chicken, is supposed to be more healthy for it, but he used chicken thighs because I guarantee you, whenever his wife makes it with regular chicken, doesn't come with chicken breast doesn't come out the way he hosts for us. So that's why. That's the thing I could think of. Quantities are good.
No, I've never had
problem
Romanian
isn't a
food. No, I'm not.
point, because it's a problem. You just try. No, exactly. He wants sympathy for that, Alex. But the thing is, he'll make the smallest thing into a mountain. Oh, I remember that, JoJo. Let me not get into that whole rant there, because good God Almighty, it was so stupid.
Casanova asks, isn't it strange we'll get GTA 6 in November, but they've only shown 2 short trailers?
Maybe because they're still trying to get hype around the game, and more than likely they're going to push the game until 2027. It's a possibility. And in my opinion, if they don't feel like the game's not done yet, then they need to push it back. They are. When it comes to okay. Here's the greatest thing, chat. I know people always say chicken breast is healthy. You can still make chicken thighs healthy. You just gotta remove the skin and stuff. And in my opinion, well, no, I wouldn't say my opinion. It's a pretty good fact. Chicken thighs are very forgiving the way you cook it. Compared to chicken breast, you have to make sure you're precise. If you cook it the wrong way, it could be undercooked or it could be overcooked. With chicken thighs, there's a lot of room for error. If you overcook that, then you don't know how to cook. Chicken thighs is one of the most easiest pieces of meat to cook.
All right, we're going to hope for more people. We don't even have 100 on YouTube yet. Hopefully we'll get about 150 at least before we start. I don't know what's going on tonight. Like I said, I like RimWorld, but I have felt like the last month we've been playing it, I keep noticing a decline in the amount of people who are showing up for it. Which
That's
obviously is a
Jojo.
shame. You know, we did restart the run, and started a new one when we played it Sunday night, you know, on purpose, because people were saying they were pretty much bored with the last run. It was lasting too long.
The problem is, Phil, the reason why people say the gameplay was boring because you make it boring. I haven't watched your rim jobs, as they're called, gameplay, because the last time I checked out, I actually waged quit trying to watch that. Again, you have a bad you have a skill, an uncanny skill to take any game and make it boring completely.
And I was like, okay, cool. What's the temperature in the office? I have no idea. It's got to be in the 70s. I turned down the air conditioner so that if it does get warmer, it'll turn on because I had it kind of off earlier today.
70s is not bad, Phil.
What's up,
No
Spoons?
advice,
Good evening.
Jojo. Not my cup of tea. I can see where some people may like it.
Yeah,
But
wow, chats are quiet
it's one of them games where it's like a never-ending game. You have to like do something with it.
tonight. You guys are just not very active tonight.
Because maybe there's nothing to talk about, Phil. You do this every single time you stream. You go on this long topic about something and rinse and repeat instead of just getting to the goddamn video game.
What's going on? Like YouTube chat's nearly dead. I don't know what that's about.
We know what that's about, Phil.
Jay
You're
Kuma says,
being
I think it's an
bored.
interesting game, but man, you played
Even this person, Turkey Dogs, we're bored.
it long enough now, people are going to lose interest, you know? I understand. I've been playing this since December 31st of last year, and I've really enjoyed it.
Oh, absolutely, Anthony. He definitely
It's gotten
did.
far more complex and challenging the further in we get, you know? And now we're doing a new colony with this vampire character, so that's going to be something different. We definitely have the variety of the biome now, because the new biome we're in is going to be cold, not hot. So that's a whole new can of worms to to figure out. I don't know how to actually keep them warm. I'm not sure yet.
Maybe how about you play the game off stream, Phil, and find out why you can't keep them warm. The problem with you is you get handheld through every single part of every single video game and don't learn a single thing.
Oh, man. Are we waiting for a download? No, we're waiting for people to show up. Here we are, nearly ready to start. Normally, I would start within around 5 minutes. We only have 100 viewers on YouTube, so yeah, that's not a good start. A magical black egg. Well, no, I've had this for many years. I got this many years ago, and I was having regular issues with my hands. I told you that I was having like numbness and pain and stuff, and it kind of all went away in the last year when I started working out. Most of that.
Wait.
A magical black.
So you're using the stress ball.
Black egg. Well, no, I've had this for many years. I got this many years ago when I was having regular issues with my hands. I told you that I was having like numbness and pain and stuff, and it kind of all went away in the last year when I started working out.
Phil. Hold on. Let me do this one first, because right now he's again talking out of his ass. If I can find it, there we go. Phil, first and foremost, if you're having pains in your hand, why don't you go to the doctor to get that checked out? It sounds like you have carpal tunnel. That's number one. Number two, if there's so-called pain, as I said before, you couldn't do a lot of things, let alone playing video games, let alone playing video games, writing stuff, whatever. And two, working out all of a sudden doesn't take the pain out of your hands. It sounds like a bit of a nerve issue, but again, knowing you're still talking out your ass because you have not gone to the doctor to get that checked out.
Most of that problem did go away. I get a little bit of it from time to time, but not often. No.
And again, thank you, dude, for skipping this part here, because good God Almighty.
Yeah, Soul at 2 a.m. probably has. He says people are pretty much.
I can't find it, but I remember a quote about how a person that doesn't experience hardship in life sees every small issue as a mountain. No, exactly.
Much conditioned to know that the gameplay starts around 20 to 30 minutes into your stream, and I've only been streaming right now for 24 minutes, so probably show up in 5 minutes. You're right.
Mr. Manel, you want to say anything else? Or you just going to stand there like reading the chat?
Yes, I did see Pragmata is getting good reviews. That's great. Mouse PI for Hires reviews just released, and they're kind of middle of the road. Some people seem to love it. Some people don't like it. So We'll have to see what we think about that on Thursday.
One of the two, Hoffa, but I highly doubt that because Phil
Okay.
has never gone. Well, no, I'm sorry. Correction. He hasn't gone for a checkup in what? Since 2018, 2020? When's the last one he did a checkup? I'm talking about an actual, real physical checkup.
Yes, Jay Kuma, you'll see tomorrow on the podcast. I have an idea of what I'd like to do for a marathon in May. I don't know if it'll work, so we'll talk about it. If it does work, great. If not, then we don't have to do a marathon in May. Like, we've been doing one marathon a month
How about you do a marathon all in May?
for a long time, but we don't actually have to do that. We could skip a month or
Maybe
two if
if
we feel like
he
we want to
didn't play with
focus on the
so
regular stuff I'm
much,
doing and then just
he
bring it
wouldn't
back
have
when there's a
risk
reason.
problems. True.
Like, I'm
Squirrel with a gun.
absolutely playing, I'm absolutely doing a marathon in July for Indivestance Day to return.
Which, by the way, I will not be covering that bullshit. And for those who may not know what he means by Indivestance Day, him cleaning his closet part 3. Not worth watching.
Okay. It's a good question. I don't know about the Wolf Among Us, too. I don't know if people would want that. I'm going to be honest, attendance is not great. We'll get set up here for RimWorld. I hope that it goes better. I don't know what's going on because we were good on Sunday night when I started this run. It's pretty good. It was hopping, but now it seems like it's pretty darn slow tonight. I don't know.
Again, Philip, 2 things. Number 1, you play the game very poorly. Number 2, you still have not realized your dents is not like a regular ATM machine. You can draw money all the time. There are lives outside of this too.
Well, let's get set up.
Exactly, Alex. Exactly.
Hello, Bandit Mitz. How are you?
And y'all remember watching the last one? That was horrible. Why are you messing with your monitor, Phil?
Okay.
Phil exactly is like Jack Daughtry. Every single thing he has to do has to be monetized. Exactly, Squirrel.
All right.
Mr. Manel, you want to continue? Phil.
Okay. Pause this guy.
Phil, you have a stream going on. Hello.
All right.
Oh, dear God. Oh, boy. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. Talk about his next spec.
I've been doing monthly marathons since last year. If you remember, we've been doing one a month every single month. And we did all kinds of various different topics and things. Some marathons do really well, others not so much. Notably, the themed marathons that are seasonal, like the Halloween marathon, the Christmas marathon, my birthday marathon, those usually do really well. But
doing well as in how much money you make? Because the last couple times you did them, they're not done well for you financially.
The ones that have been going on in between, right, haven't done so well. We had one
has been conditioned by his wells to think that they're an ATM. Exactly. That's the thing, Alex. That's what they have done.
where you pick the games, that one.
Instead of actually thinking to themselves, like, no, I can't keep constantly giving money to this idiot. They still keep constantly opening their wallets, giving them money.
Didn't do well at all.
In my opinion, I'm just going to say this. If they want to keep doing that, you might as well just give them access to your bank account.
We had one
Well,
where
their bank account, excuse me. Their bank account.
with me just playing retro games on my Switch too. That also didn't do well at all. All right. So I guess the question is, if we were to do
Renton Clown. That's an interesting name.
another
And fits it since this person gave Phil money.
marathon, and let's say that we did it in May, it would be early May, that first week of May, what would it be? What would you want to see? My idea would be to do a marathon to continue the Mega Man marathons that I did in 2025. If you remember, in 2025, I did 3 of these. We did the first Mega Man marathon in January, which covered me playing Mega Man 1 through 3, and me getting drunk doing it. Then we had the second Mega Man marathon in August, which I finished 3, played 4 and 5, and I think I was starting 6, and then we ran out of time. And I did another one in September, where I played through 6 and 7, and I'm like halfway through 8, and then I ran out of time. Each one of these marathons was unique and interesting, because I'm tackling the history of Mega Man, and you can see how the series evolved over time.
No. You kept safe scumming and dying so much. There's nothing different about it.
But I also drink when I play them. And a lot of these games I've only
You drink every day. You drink every time on stream. And again, I wouldn't care about that. But the thing is, you make your audience to pay for that.
ever played once. So to only play them a second time while drunk is pretty challenging, okay? And the fact that I'm not going to be doing drinking based off of reward goals and things anymore, but instead, what we're actually going to do is just I have drinks during the course of the day naturally, ensures that I'm probably going to be pretty buzzed during the course of the day when I'm playing Mega Man, all right? So the reason I want to do it is because this is like a lingering thing. I want to wrap up classic Mega Man. If we beat 8, then we can get into 9 and 10.
You should have done it a long time ago.
Which were the last 2 classic games. 11 was a more modern game, if you remember. So I would love to do that. But will people show up for that marathon, or am I going to be playing for myself and have very low attendance and support that day because I chose to play Mega Man? Because what's funny is everyone says just do whatever you want, and people will show up.
Yes,
That's
just
not
play, Phil. Just play the games you want to play. Do you not understand the meaning of when people see that? When people see you play a game, you actually enjoy that. You'll come by and watch because they see the enthusiasm, they see the happiness. You play every game with a bitch-made face, literally bored to tears because you don't want to play the game. Phil, you don't like playing games whatsoever. You do it as a way of hoping you make money. You are literally afraid of actually trying to get a real life job.
do it all. Hence Dragon Quest. You know, it's not true that I can just play whatever I want. People will show up. So I don't know. Like, I'm down for it.
I'm guessing Phil will talk about Street Fighter the movie. He will at some point in time. Again, give it time. Almost everyone hates the beg man streams because he is the thing. That's the thing, Alex. He literally saves so much. That's how bad it is. He saves states. Has Phil's drinking ever caused? Oh, it does. It does. Like for example, it makes him look older. Believe it or not, well, one, because of his genes, but two, because it makes him look old. They are some nasty side effects.
If people will show up. Now, the other thing
Twist the way he thinks that one drink in every hour over 9 hours gets him buzz. Only the dents fall for that shit. Exactly, squirrel with a gun.
is, people keep asking me, when would it be? Well, to be frank with you, I would want to do it right away at the beginning of May. Why? Because I want to have my marathons be an early month time now, because the next one I'm absolutely, positively, 100% going to do no matter what is going to be Indivestance Day. This will take place likely exactly on July 4th, which is a Saturday this year, okay? On July 4th, it's Independence Day in the United States, where we celebrate our independence from Great Britain. But for me, it's a twofold day. Number one, Indivestance Day is the day when annually I bring back the vests, the hats, the gunner glasses, and for each level of $50 raised on the stream, I poll and you guys pick what I wear next.
Oh, dear.
Okay?
God.
So that always will happen on Indivestance Day. It'll be a cool throwback event we'll do annually. All right?
That's a big lie, because the last day you're supposed to do that, you was telling everybody I'm not playing no games. I'm just going to go ahead and just literally clean up the closet.
In homage to the vest street. Also, on that day, I need to clean out my closet. It is so bad right now because of all the improvements and things that I did to my studio this year.
Why didn't you clean up before?
It is inundated with boxes and crap. It's got a bunch of decorations I'm never going to use anymore that I need to get rid of. And I want to go through my classic games collection again with all of you live, now showing you in detail everything in this collection. I now have the dual cameras in HD, and I can show you the quality of the packaging and everything. And I want to go through and see what everything's worth. People told me like 4 years ago when we last did this.
May 1st, and like I said, when it comes that day, I'm going to tag his ass.
That it's worth a ton of money.
His ass on
I'd like to see what it's worth
too,
now, 4 years later.
just to make fun of him. Well, just to, point at him and make fun of him.
So that 100% is the next guaranteed marathon that will happen in Indivestance Day. Okay? So, if we were to do this marathon, okay? If we were to do it, we could do it on 2 different dates. All right? The dates would be as follows. Either Friday, May 1st or Sunday, May 3rd. And the thing is, I think I'm going to have a...
He's just crapping out the U.S. independence by making it a trustful festival. No, he is. He definitely is great pick. You hit it right on the nail.
Crazy long streaming week at the end of the month. I think it's going to be a 7-day streaming week. So I'd have 6 normal days of streaming, all culminating with this marathon at the very end of that week. Okay? So, we could do it on either of those dates. All right? Now, I can't imagine a reason why people would possibly prefer that I would do a marathon on one or either of those dates more than the other. I mean, why would there possibly be any reason ever that you guys would want me to do a marathon between Friday, May 1st or Sunday, May 3rd? I mean, they're obviously completely equivalent in every single way.
Because you don't want people making fun of your May 1st burst you did back in 2016. That's why.
Right? Everyone knows that those days are fine. Either one would work equally.
Again, Phil, you're trying to find ways to cover what you did on May 1st in 2016. Not going to stop, bud. There's going to be plenty of people, including me, that are streaming on May 1st, making fun of you.
Okay. So, yeah, I mean, it's up to you. Let's talk about it. I'm okay. Let me put it this way. I'm okay with doing it.
He also got annoyed that 9/11 happened and ruined his day with his mom. Yeah, I know. Squirrel, I know. Don't get me started on that one, because if I go on the 9/11 rant, it's going to be all throughout the entire stream. Trust me, him saying that actually got me pretty angry when he decided to have his little moments.
But I'm only going to do it if people will say, yeah, we'll be there for it. If not, then I think we're just going to skip it this one. Okay, I think we will. We'll just skip it. We're not going to do one this one. Okay?
He's going to get welled out by so many detractors.
We'll just keep playing all the games.
Welled out by so many detractors May 1st. Well, they call the detractors that give him money. Normal detractors, nope.
Playing. Keep making progress, you know what I mean? And maybe we'll reassess if we do one in June. If we don't do one in June, then the big one in July, Investments Day, will probably be, really popular. We'll see. Okay?
Phil, you're not in shape now. Bro's side is far more in shape. Which, by the way, I gotta get hit up, bro, so see he's doing, because he hasn't streamed in a while. Hope he's doing okay.
Well, you guys see, it's funny because on the YouTube side, everyone is dead silent. Everyone on the YouTube side isn't even talking. And then on the Kick side, you know exactly what's going on in the Kick chat right now. People are literally ripping their shirts off and spinning them above their heads like this. Yeah, you got to do it, brother. You got to do it on that date.
Hold on.
Not funny. Dickens laugh.
Not funny, Phil. Like, nobody's falling for that joke.
Okay. What is this very calming song? It's very relaxing.
Thank God Duty took that song out, because good God Almighty. Phil's
anyway,
music selection, which is nothing more than AI generated music, is so annoying.
Yeah. If you guys would be here for it, I will do it. Okay? 100%. But let's get your feedback over the next few days. Because we still have 2 weeks to determine if I'm doing it.
I have no idea why he goes to that. It's so stupid.
This week is a normal 6-day streaming week. Next week, I think I have a short week. I'm almost positive next week it's like a 4-day streaming week. But then after that, I have like a 7-day streaming week. So all my weeks are all screwed up this month. I had all these, my anniversary appointments and shit coming up. Like a lot of stuff that's all compiling at once. So yeah, my schedule's a little all over the place this month. So maybe that would be great. Maybe it would be great to end.
How about you take more days off? That should be a lot more better for yourself and for your chat.
End of the month. I would say end the month, but basically it would be like ending my week and starting the new month with a marathon like that. Right? Okay. All right, folks. So that's what I got to talk about on the show today. We've covered the topics. Thank you for your input. Again, in a nutshell, to summarize everything we just talked about, okay? Number 1, if you like the games I'm playing, please show up, engage, and support with said streams. Why? Because right now, we're juggling too much. Games are kind of on the chopping block right now because we need time for new releases. So the best way to keep your game that you like in the rotation is to actually be there and support it. If you can't be there live, you can still support a playthrough by leaving super thanks, by leaving tips, by showing up to other streams and saying, hey, here's a contribution for the game I like. Please keep playing it. All right? Right now, the games that are in contention are RimWorld, Retro Rewind, and Crimson Desert. Okay? That's number 1. Number 2, future DSP tries it. Either the One Piece collab meal at Popeyes, although we know that it's going to be terrible because we already had a cupcake last year and it was disgusting, or new stuff from Jack in the Box. They have these sliders, and we can try that in tandem with some other things, okay? If you have other ideas for DSP tries it, please share them because I'd like original ideas because I want to do one on Monday of next week. And then number 3, upcoming marathon idea. The one that I have is continuing the Mega Man marathon event, and it seems like everyone wants me to do it on Friday, May 1st for some bizarre reason that I just can't put my finger on. Not sure, but I would consider doing it if there's enough interest and if people commit to actually showing up for it. All right? If you're going to be here for it, great. If not, I'm not going to do it. So let's see what you guys say. I'll be listening for your feedback. I need it. So let's go. Let's get feedback on it right now. Okay. All right. So that's what I wanted to do. And there we go. Let's now open up the chats to Q&A. You guys tag me in the chat. Let's do a little bit of discussion before we end the show and we start with Dragon Quest and try to get, hopefully, around 3 hours of Dragon Quest in today. Okay?
Yeah, whatever, Phil.
What do you guys want to chat about to end the podcast?
Just get to the fucking gameplay. How about you that? Just get to the goddamn gameplay, Phil. Nobody cares for this shit. Like, and then you wonder why half the time your chat
How long
is
before
dead.
the meltdown begins? My face already has been melting for a long time. So you don't have to wait. It's already in process.
No, Phil, not fun. I know what you're trying to do. When they talk about meltdowns, when you go to crash out, which you normally do anyways.
If I were a bird, what species would I be? The dodo, of course. The dodo bird.
Hold on a sec, Chad. So he wants to be a dodo bird. Hold up. Let me pull on my phone here real quick. He wants to be the dodo bird. Okay. Shit. One sec, Chad. 1 second. Pull on my phone here really quickly. Dodo bird, a large flightless bird coming to the islands of Marturis. I know I'm saying the name wrong. Known as iconic symbol of extinction because of human activity. Evolved without predators, is unaware of humans, making it easy prey for sailors and settlers who arrived in the late 16th century, leading to extinction by the late 17th century due to overhunting, habitat loss, and introduced species like pigs and monkeys that ate its eggs. The dodo bird is seen severely as a cautionary tale about humans' impact on biodiversity. It's imagined as famous in pop culture, notably as Alice in Adventures in Wonderland, aka pretty much the reason why it's good there's a dodo bird is because they're known to being dumb. So pretty much, Phil, you rather be an extinct bird, be overhunting anything else, and not only that, pretty much being dumb. Great job, numbnuts.
Have I ever cooked beans on toast? No.
Which he never has.
What about the sideways turd situation with wings? What about the sideways turd situation with wings?
That you started.
Virtual Boy defeats DSP says just do the Mega Man Marathon. That's what.
Phil, you started that with him. And now you act like nothing happened. No, you started that whole little beef you decided to do with Wings.
You want to do, and it's better when it's a game you enjoy. I agree with you, except I have done these marathons and they didn't work. You know what I mean? Like, I wanted to do retro games, so we did a retro games marathon.
Anthony, you can't
It
do
failed.
that.
It was actually, one of the least attended marathons I've ever done. People just complained.
Because it's the same thing as the other marathons, Phil.
Did I see that Wings is getting divorced and it's confirmed? I wonder if it's something to do with your video on April Fool's. No, I didn't see that. And I have a question. How do you think that could ever be confirmed? Unless he came out in his own video and said, I'm getting divorced, how would anyone know that?
Again, Phil, why don't you just laugh and just move on? Maybe this person's making fun of him. Maybe somebody's just razzed you. I don't know. I don't know if it's true or not. If it is, hey, it is what it is. But if it's not, hey, it's a little razzy, okay?
Someone just said court documents. Okay.
And it is, and you know what, Chad? I just realized. Did you see what he's saying for April Fools? I'm pretty sure this person, everybody loves Darren, is just razzing Phil. That's what I think he's doing.
Okay. Have the court documents been presented on the internet to prove this? And when you say court documents, do you mean some idiot tried to do identity theft and pretend that they were Wings and tried to file false documents, or did it actually happen? You do realize that really happened to me, right? Someone was actually trying to start a process right after we got married of falsifying my identity and make false documents to say that I wanted to get divorced, even though it never happened. I did not do that. They actually tried to do that to me. And I just ignored it, and it went away, because here's the thing, which I've explained many times. With identity theft, you can only get so far with things like human manipulation and stuff like that, social engineering, until you get to a point where it actually
Phil, nobody did that with your wedding, okay? Because you tried to hide it. Remember, when you literally said that you had to go over to Connecticut because your parents were dying and you came back when you was married? Yeah. Again, nobody did that, Phil. I need proof of you actually proving that.
to be proven that it's all real. So at one point, no matter how much someone's trying to fuck with you, there has to be a notary public who has to check an ID to make sure it's really you, so the whole process falls apart, you see?
Anything else you want to say, Philip?
We talked about the Bloodborne movie, yes. Hopefully it is good and it turns out well. That'd be great if there is an actual Bloodborne animated movie that's like true to the games.
Yeah, the funniest thing is, yeah, you're right, Alex. You're right. It just went away, dude.
Okay.
I know he's always retconning something, Anthony. Mr. Bennell, you want to say
Someone
anything
apparently
else?
leaked documents. Unless the documents are signed, stamped, notarized, they're fake. It's that simple. Like I said, they literally tried to do it to me. I only found out because, again, Huey Farm shit. They were posting it up that, oh, look, here's documents that there's a divorce in process. I'm sitting here like, what the fuck are they talking about? Like, wait, there's no way. You can't get divorced without being involved in the process. That's not how it works. Whatever happened to the Hateful Truth? That was my old school video game review series, and I just don't do it anymore. When I play games, I tell you my opinions live on stream, and usually in the final part, I'll summarize. Sometimes I will do a mini review as a highlight on my channel, but there's no point in doing a formal review anymore. That whole on-demand format doesn't really work anymore, particularly if you put a ton of effort into an edited video and it gets demonetized, you've wasted all your time, which is why I don't bother. When I became a full-time streamer, nearly 10 years ago at this point, that all went away.
Anything else you want to say, Phil?
Do we have a bird feeder in the yard? We have a, it's plastic, and it's transparent, and it has suction cups, and you stick it to your window or whatever, okay?
And of course,
And so
Phil's
our entire back door is a sliding glass back door.
Well,
So we stick
I
it right on there, and we put seed in
y'all
it every
see
morning. And birds come by all day eating seed out of this thing. It's amazing. You see right through it, so you can see tons of different kinds of birds coming by to enjoy. And it's really awesome. So it's not like a standing bird feeder. It's a
Phil, you have a habit of making normal people crash out like me. Man, like me, obviously, Ice Yamamoto Bro Sides, Hummy Family Vega. Yeah, he has another skill of making people crash out. He can make the most patient person lose their mind and literally have to go off in his ass.
different kind of one, but yeah, technically we have one and we love it. Do I like Raisinets? Yeah, I do. I love Raisinets. I used to eat those all the time when I was a kid. I couldn't tell you the last time I ate one, but I loved them when I was a kid. D-Man, I have no idea who that is. What do I do to unwind? I completely ignore the internet, and I completely ignore video games. Basically, I do anything but related to anything that I'm doing on stream. Everything I do to relax is completely unrelated to anything right here. No gaming, nothing to do with my channel, nothing with any drama on the internet. I just ignore it all, and I just go do other things in real life with my wife, and that's how I relax.
Mr. Bennell, I think I just want to say, hey, Big Oss,
Okay,
Ross,
anything
how
else,
you
guys?
doing there?
Or are we good?
Ross, to give you an update, what's going
Any
on with Iviga, he's right now just taking a break from the whole thing. I did speak to him recently. I want to say a couple days ago. He's doing all right for himself. He's just right now taking care of his personal life. That's all. He'll be back when he gets ready to.
No questions.
She makes
And I see what time it is. We're going to speed this up to 1.5 because of time, time, stuff like that. But yeah.
she makes like video content of old
Someone, listen to this. Someone just said, your shirt is so gay, it makes Elton John look like Jason Mimosa. That would be funny, except you're so dumb you actually think that the actor's name is Jason Mimosa.
You do realize they're trolling you, Phil. You should just laugh at it.
Good Lord. Okay. All right, here we go. Hello, everyone, and welcome back. Guess what time it is? It's time for more Retro Rewind here on DSP Gaming. Dark Side Video is back in business tonight here, and we are quickly approaching the Christmas holiday in-game, which likely means that we're going to have a lot of highlighted sales, notably the Christmas movies.
Of course it does, Phil. Just shut up and play it.
That week of Christmas. So, we're going to do... Here's what we're going to do, okay? Remember, we already kind of set everything up. We just have to restock the store. Remember, I bought decorations and everything. There's something I want to do a little bit differently tonight, and I want to test a theory. Someone actually left a comment on the video and said the following. FYI, at one point, you hit the wall with what you can do at checkout, meaning if you have any of your employees working checkout, they can only move at a certain speed, and it's kind of slow compared to a human. The best way, once you have a fully stocked store, to actually run the store is for you to always do checkout, and the very moment that you have a moment to step away because there's no customers, run and grab the brochures and run out and hand them out fast, and then go right back to checkout. That's what I'm being told. Like, basically, what I'm doing right now is being the restocker while she does the checkout, that she's ringing up customers slow, and because of that, you're limiting the amount of money you can make, because the store has, like, a certain logic to it, where only a certain amount of customers will ever be in the store to spend money if you have them, like, standing in line. Does that make sense? I think it does, but I didn't really know that. Just ask, oh, dude, you gotta pay me. Here they come. This guy's a reserve. Yes, he does. Electric Bull 2. Electric Bull 2.
Oh.
Should I make the joke? Should I make the joke? I think you guys know what joke I'm about to make.
Don't make the joke.
Not. I don't want to get my video flagged. Okay.
Don't make the joke. I know what you're going to make. Don't make it.
I gotta keep my mouth shut. I want my video viewable and monetizable. Okay.
Big us, Furry. How you doing, the Furry Gaming? What is going on with you?
What?
And big us to the 20 people out here. I appreciate everyone that actually come aboard the Firehawk here. I love how Phil takes a weird... No, exactly. He's an alien.
It's like, take a look. We did not have a good day, but it's Sunday. It's the shorter hours day. So I guess there's nothing can really be done about that, huh? Yeah.
He is exactly as a bum.
Nothing can be done about that at all. We did still get a ton of experience. I wonder if we'll level up and get a new genre for the next day. Still winter. All right, I'm gonna interact. Well, there's nothing to shout out, right? No, there's nothing. There's nothing to shout out. So there's nothing to do. I'm just gonna work on the next day. Okay.
I appreciate that.
Did we do anything new here? I gotta keep checking this.
Also, Furry, how's your
New
Monday
genre
morning
day.
going? Even though now
comedy
it's gonna be
movies.
afternoon.
Let's see how this does. Ready? So remember, guys, I'll shout out all contributions after the day ends, and I'll interact with you guys once the day's over. But I have to pay attention to checking out right now. Thank you. If you like the game and you love these chill vibes, you want to keep it going, please support tonight's stream in some way.
And then coming back.
Now would be a great time to give the stream a like if you're watching on YouTube, or maybe to become a member, give some memberships, or do a super chat, or it'd be a good time to send some kicks or a sub, or become a sub yourself over on Kick, or no matter what you're doing, maybe do a tip on PayPal, right? That'd be great. Jade said Space Jam. Space Jam was 90s. Yes, it was. I think second half of the 90s.
It was, Phil. It was.
Okay, fully restock. And that's it. Let's see how we did today. Again, no, it seems like, I don't know, it seems like we're slow. Look at this. Only $310 in rentals? We're just not doing that.
And again, I don't know too much about this game. I'm pretty sure there's other people that play this and have a great time with it. This game doesn't really seem my cup of tea.
Well, and I don't know what the deal is. Like, how do I up?
Even increase the speed, dead air. I know. I'm trying the best I can, Astro, but the problem is if I put at 2.0, it's going to go incredibly fast and nobody's going to understand what he's saying.
The amount of money we're making.
Like, I know Vikatrix tried it once, and you just can't understand what Phil's saying at 2.0.
I don't get it. Like, what can I added all kinds of decoration. We're fully stocked. We got tons of movies. I'm throwing out the brochures. I don't know what else I'm supposed to do to up the income at this point. Right?
I don't know, Phil. You're doing something wrong in the game. I don't know. Why don't you figure out? Why don't you go ahead and look up a guy like you normally do?
Well, thank you, Gator. I appreciate that. Oh, I never saw Jumanji with The Rock. I never saw the new ones. I only saw the classic Jumanji.
Same here.
What about stocking more of the snacks and drinks that sell well, less of the ones that don't? If you haven't noticed, though, they never sell out.
Definitely
so it's not like, oh, because I'm only stocking certain ones, I'm missing out on money. Like, they just never sell out. They just don't sell that well. So I don't know if that would help or not. Today is the black market. Oh, yesterday was the black market day. I missed it. Oh, I missed it. I made a huge error.
Nah, this game is too easy mode, nostalgia bait for me. You literally can't fail it. But here's the thing, Alex. Here's the thing. When it comes to Phil, he will find a way to screw it up, no matter what. It can give him yellow paint all over the place, and he still will find a way to screw up.
Damn it. I'm trying to answer dumb phone calls. Nothing to do with money. I understand I'm running a business here. The call's not about money. I don't want to hear about it.
Which is always on your mind.
And don't worry, the block. I'm going to shout out your super chat, guys. Now would be a great time if you want to get a shout out right away to contribute to the stream. Remember, as I've told you, right now, sadly, we do have too many games in the rotation that I've been playing. I've enjoyed playing this game for the month that we've been playing it, but it has been slowing down. I've noticed less attendance, engagement, and support for this game. If you want to see it continue, please support it tonight. If it is well, engaged and supported tonight, I will keep it in the rotation. If not, we may have to reduce the amount that I play it because we got to make room for these new releases that are coming out starting tomorrow. Okay. Stalking Tiger, thank you also for that super chat. I'll shut that out in a sec. This is it. One final hour here. Unless things pick up, man. We've had low support tonight for this game. And I said, we got games on the chopping block where we have to decide what's going to stay and what's going to go to make room for the...
What do you mean by we, Phil? What do you mean by we? You mean no? It's up to you what you want to stream. What you want to stream on your channel. It's totally up to you. You're the captain of that so-called ship you have.
New releases. If you like this game...
He likes games, but that's so true.
Now
I'm actually angry. How is Phil's store more organized? I don't know. I don't know, JoJo. I have no idea.
Be your chance to support it and say, hey, yes, keep it in the rotation. Let's get to level 20 over the next, 2-3 streams. Okay. So let's go. If you
DSP will get lost in a one-way street. Ask for directions every 5 seconds while you could. True, Astro. It's very, very true.
Like the game, please support it. I'll be right back. All right, guys, let's jump into the second half of the night. So if you are enjoying this game, if you've liked the playthrough so far and you want to see it to the end, please support the stream. If we get some more support tonight and we rally, we'll play it again next week. If not, if it stays this slow, then we'll probably have to phase it out for now. Maybe we go back to it when the developer adds more content to it, which they are planning on doing.
He is.
Okay. Wrong number. Okay, I think we're good to go. I think we're going to reassign her.
Reassign it to what, Phil?
The checkout, and I'm going to do the tape restocking again, because to be honest, I'm pretty darn bored at doing the checkout, and we're not getting any more money for doing it. Okay? Okay. Here we go.
Of course you are, bro. Of course you are bored with it, Phil, because you're bored with the game as it is.
Flatman, how's it going, man? Thanks for $2. He just got off of work. I will add that to the leaderboard in just a moment when I get a chance. Good to see you here tonight.
I know. He's been begging a lot more often as it is, man.
He's just getting off of work.
Hey, man, he's supposed to be so-called successful. He doesn't have to beg. He's been begging constantly. I've been noticing in some of his streams, even though I haven't watched him last week, but previous week before, he was begging constantly every 2 minutes.
Welcome to Retro Rewind. Okay. Excuse me. One genre is what I meant to say. If I just focused on one genre of game, likely I would have gotten burned out, hated this as a job, and wanted to do other stuff. But because I balanced it with the variety, that's what kept me going and allows me to not get bored. So there you go. Yo, dude, Flatman, I'm sorry to hear that. He did a $2 super chat saying he also is suffering from gout. I'm really sorry to hear that. Yeah, gout is terrible. Insanely painful. I can speak from experience firsthand. It blows, and all you can do once you have it is put your foot up, take anti-inflammatories, and eat better, and hope it goes away. I wish you the best. I hope it goes away quick, because I know how bad and painful that can be. Okay. So, Alpha for about 13 hours, and I'm noticing a distinct decline in support for the game. Again, we still have about half an hour left tonight, and if people do support the stream, I will consider keeping it in the rotation as much as I have. All right, but I think some people have been saying, yeah, the gameplay loop's kind of getting more repetitive now, a lot more boring. You're not really unlocking as much anymore. And because of that, people aren't as interested. The game dev has already given a roadmap for the game and stated a couple things. First, that the next major update will include a tape repair station. So when a tape is broken because the customer returned it damaged, you can still salvage the tape. But they've already said that in the roadmap. All right, they're also going to have video games at some point. I think that would be really neat for us to see, the video games based on real games in here, right? Like, imagine if it was like, oh God. Oh, wants to talk to a manager? We still got about 30 minutes left, and you never know what's going to happen in the next 30 minutes, but definitely tonight has been one of the slowest nights that we've had for support for the game. And I'm thinking that's kind of, it's run its course. Not that it's a bad thing. It's not super boring or anything.
Mind you, Phil, earlier in the month, you got, what, close to like $2,000 on your birthday? Remember that?
But people have seen everything in it. You guys aren't that excited for it anymore, right? I get it. I totally get it. It's fine. It happens with all games eventually.
Again, Phil, it's up to you to make the game entertaining. He's bad recently because he has learned by trying to be on his own. Man, he came back 10 times harder. That's what he's trying to do.
No one has actually said it in chat, so I guess no one actually remembers that. All right, guys, this will be the last day for tonight. Let's see if they buy candy. Let's see if we make good money. Let's see if we can crush it tonight.
Calls American Gangster a bad movie.
And
oh well, I'm not surprised. That's just
again, final chance if you like the game to support it tonight.
Shut up, Phil. That's because some people don't like American Gangster. In my opinion, American Gangster is a very great movie. Actually, in my opinion, a really awesome movie.
If we get good support by the end of this stream, we'll play it again next week. If not, then maybe we'll give it a rest. All right, let's see how this goes. Everyone ready? Abdullah got the momentum going. Again, if you guys like the game, get the momentum rolling right now. Join in with Abdullah. Let's get support for Retro Rewind.
Again, nobody
Let's
cares.
get a support train going. Come on, who's going to do a tip? Who's going to do a sub? How about some kicks? We only have 100 kicks on kick tonight. Let's go. Let's get one of everything.
Phil. Before we move on this part here, yeah, 87 bucks in the King Stacks. You got a super chat right here. You got a couple other super chats. You even had a tip. Again, Phil, you're getting what you want before, yet now it's not enough. Again, I am not surprised. Nor is my chat. Oh no, he is. He did a great job in that
Pirate Ship has to
movie.
do with an abyss.
But in my opinion, when it comes to Denzel's acting, his best movie, in my opinion, Training Day. Oh god, Training Day. He was top notch.
Okay. All right.
Exactly. Squirrel.
So, thank you, Abdullah. He says, I love this chill stream, but it's a shame it's not going to be continuing. LTG ran to Guilty Gear Strive, and now he's trying to zone in that game and failing, laughing out loud. Well, number one, you say it's a shame, but you have to understand, we played this game a ton. And not everyone plays these indie games for very long, to be honest. A lot of people who I see try this kind of game, what they'll do is, they'll play it for 1 or 2 sessions, and they're like, okay, I know what the game is, and they never go back to it. For us, we actually put in a solid try to make this something regular in the rotation. I feel like it succeeded. And I'll be honest, I think, if you get addicted to this formula of game, it's very good. Personally, I would have liked to see the arcade machines. I think it would have been cool to have, video games in your video rental store. That would have been a neat thing. I would have liked to do another expansion.
Phil, you can also mod it into the game.
But what's the point? Honestly, there's no reason to expand. We don't need any room. Look, we haven't even used the backside of these cases yet, right? Because if we expanded, we could just have 2 kids and 2 comedy right next to each other. So technically, we don't even need more space in the store. I mean, we could even put cases here. So what I would say,
just take some things out, put it in there, Phil. Not hard to do.
is this, all right? The game is good. However, it is a little flawed. Why do you need 5 more expansions in a store where we're only going to have 2 more movie genres and a few arcade machines, and that's the game? There's nothing left. I feel like the game, it looks bigger than it is. And when you get to around level 12, 13, you start to realize, okay, it's samey now. There's not enough exciting things going on to keep it going. Does that make sense? What I think I would like to do, I want to come back to this game when there's more content. When they have the arcade machine, excuse me, when they have the video games, when they have their ability to prepare the tapes and other stuff. Because let's say we have 2 employees, then we have the ability to go just constantly toss the brochures out, fix the tapes, restock. You know what I mean? We have to be doing that stuff, and it would actually be a little bit more fun, I think. So, personally, I like it, but I do feel like, what else would we be doing it besides grind for another 2 streams to get to 20? Right? Just being honest. I do think I like it's chill. I like that we talk and we have a good time with conversation when we play it. I like having late night chill streams.
All right, I'm done with this. I'm sorry. He's just flapping his guns, which nobody gives a fuck.
$2 super chat. He says, now it's quartering time. All right.
All right, here we go. Here we go. These will be the last 3 here, and then we'll be done. But I'm sorry. One thing when it comes to Phil, when he just goes on for something too long, you just gotta say, I gotta cut the cord here. So we'll move on to this next one. This one's definitely gonna be at least 30 minutes, but let's see, because he's gonna talk about. Wait a minute. Oh dear God. Let's see how this goes.
Let me talk about it as quickly as I can. All right.
That's
so for those
what's
who
up,
don't
Jojo.
know, the last couple of weeks, people keep coming by my streams and bringing up the fact that there is an ongoing feud
He does, Anthony.
between
Again,
the quartering.
He has a skill of taking any good game and make it boring. That's another great example right there. One other example, and I know I sound like a broken record when I say this, but I constantly will bring it up. Doom the Dark Ages by String 2. I was ready to bore the gameplay that he was playing. That's how bad it was. Phil loves to make drama slop content.
Who is an internet content creator who very much is into politics. He is very conservative, okay, and deals in those circles. He always does other content as well. He does Magic the Gathering content and stuff like that. But today he's mostly focused on culture wars and politics, and he finds himself on the conservative side of things, okay? The reason that people associate that with me is because many years ago, he did an interview with me at a time when I hadn't done any interviews, okay? A lot of people say that he gave me a softball interview. And to this day, when I think about it, it's it was more of a chill conversation. Sure, he did ask me questions that had to do with some drama stuff, but for the most part, it was just a nice conversation with the guy, all right? It also wasn't that long. What was it, 30 minutes, 40 minutes, something like that? This was long before all the side-scrollers interview drama or any of that crap, okay? So that's why on that side, people associate that with me. On the other side, the quartering is feuding with Kino Casino, all right? Kino Casino, everyone knows the association that I've had with them, that I worked with them for about 8 months, and then we had a falling out, a big public thing, and basically in the last year, they've made endless amounts of content about me, while I have completely ignored their existence, except for the fact when you guys bring it up in my chat, and I'll briefly say, haha, and then we move on. It's not a big deal, right? I'm doing good. I don't care about that shit because I've moved on, and I'm doing very well for myself, okay?
Actually, Phil, I have. Oh shoot, wrong thing, wrong thing. Whoops. No, no, no. On this side, wrong thing, chat. I hit the wrong button there. Phil, that's actually incorrect. You talk about doing good for yourself. Actually, I have one solution for that. It would be. Where's it? Where's it? Where is it? If you were doing so well, then why are you always constantly begging? Why are you always constantly saying you need this? Why you need that? And matter of fact, why is it the past few times we didn't reach your so-called invisible goal, you actually had a moment where you rage out, you completely crash out. You've done that plenty of times. Again, I believe you was crashed out the last time because your taxes were coming up. But again, you literally should be okay. You should be doing well. Yet you are not.
So when these two sides, two different, sides of things are getting, smashing each other's heads against each other, all right, people tend to want to get my take on it. So what is going on? So from what I'm to understand, increasingly over the last 2 years, Kino Casino has covered the quartering in a negative way.
Exactly.
Making fun of him,
exactly.
drama stuff about him.
No,
and from what I'm to understand,
oh, Glenn,
I don't know if I understand the
you, my
situation
man.
fully.
My
It got
apologies.
personal. It wasn't just about, the quartering's content is garbage and stuff like that. It got more into, much like the casino always does, they got into his dirty laundry. They found the skeletons in this guy's closet, When they're talking about Nick Rikita or whatever, they're not just talking about what he says as an internet lawyer. They're talking about the fact that he's doing drugs and getting arrested, right? Exactly. So
Phil,
in regards
you
to
do
quartering,
realize, Phil, you do realize this is all public information for people to see. So guess what? If it's going to be public, people are going to cover it.
from what I'm not,
And here's the thing. Here's the sample about it, Phil. Kino Casino has made content on Jeremy, but majority of times it's been very lighthearted.
understand, they got deep into personal stuff.
You can tell he ignores it, like how he knows someone is. Exactly. The thing is, Glitter, he won't ignore it. He always wants to give in because at some point in time, he wants to put his little 2 cents on it. Paying $50K out of it, $250K of your house in 12 years proves you're not doing well. Exactly.
Regarding him and his family. It wasn't
I know what you meant, Alex.
just him, but it's him and his family members and things like that. Well, I can kind of say, yeah, I kind of get it, because that's exactly what they
Oh, here we go. You got to make it about you. Here we go.
did to me. If you guys don't remember, that's why I stopped working with them, because they kept saying insulting things about my wife for literally no reason. Like, my wife's not part of my content. She's not part of the conversation with them. Why are they insulting my wife? Oh, because they think they could just get away with whatever they want, and everyone's going to like it. Well, I didn't like it, and I said, I don't have to work with you anymore. I hold all the power in this situation, and I cut the cord, and I left, and haven't worked with them since, right? Well, the quartering basically said, I guess what I'm to understand publicly, he said publicly, listen, I am not going to let you guys do this to my family. It's one thing if you are insulting me, if you're insulting my...
Again, Philip, you tried to link with them because you was hoping that you was get a little boost, which you did for a little while. You also joined them because you knew Rich didn't like him, other people didn't like him. And secondly, lastly, and lastly, Phil, guess what Kino was doing? Guess what PPP was doing? Making fun of your wife the whole time. You went along with it until your chat would say, hey, dude, you shouldn't be taking this side while he's making fun of your wife.
business. And to be honest, I like you guys and I like watching your content. I even like you guys making fun of me. I think it's funny. I
His
get it.
drinking
Everyone gets a turn to be made
wheelchair
fun of, right?
donuts. I know.
But the
Chorus,
fact that
big
you
ups, my
are
man. How you
making
doing there?
it
Again, welcome aboard
so
the Firehawk
public,
here.
this private stuff, this personal stuff, that is
He's lying and he let them call a fat cat. Exactly. Exactly.
not part of my content, right? That's where I draw the line. Now, did he just say, well, I'm not going to talk with you guys or work with you or ignore you? No. He basically made very public threat. Well, I guess it wasn't public threats. It's so weird and convoluted. I'm
What
still trying to
public
wrap my head
threats?
around the whole situation. From what I'm to understand, the quartering started talking to Josh Moon. I don't get that at all. Like, do you guys remember Josh Moon, the guy who I did an appearance on Kino Casino with? He's the guy who owns Kiwi Farms.
Yeah.
So maybe he talked to Josh Moon, I guess, because the private stuff about his family was on Kiwi Farms or something. I don't know. I mean, I had the conversation with Josh Moon, and we got nowhere. Like, essentially, Josh is of the impression
This prognosis for the dentures are all we know the truth, and we exactly, Chorus, exactly.
that everything and anything can be on Kiwi Farms, and there's no absolute, limit to it whatsoever. He thinks that Kiwi Farms is the best website on the internet. He's nuts. I mean, to be frank with everyone, he's fucking nuts. Like, the guy has no moral compass whatsoever. And because of that,
You're just still pissed off him because he told you need to get rid of Derek because he is a PDF in your chat.
it's dangerous to have that kind
That's the reason why you piss at him.
of power in the hands of someone who has absolutely no morals or values.
Exactly,
And
he
just thinks
knows
that everything
nothing about
is
it.
for the giggles, and, it's messed up. Okay, just being honest. But I said as much, right? And at the time, we kind of agreed to disagree. Now, I said, listen, I don't hate the guy, but what am I going to do? I'm just not, again, just like with the casino, I'm not going to deal with him. I'm not going to talk about him or whatever, right? So that's where we left it. Like, I haven't talked to Josh Moon or said a word about him basically since. I don't really care. I have nothing to do with it. I'm moved on. I'm good, right? Here's the truth. If you're doing well for yourself, why do you care what other people say? Okay? When did it bother me when people were constantly talking shit about me? Because I wasn't doing well. Because my content was being stolen. I wasn't getting enough profits or views on the content I was putting out. I was struggling financially. And it drove me nuts. It made me get stressed out. It made me constantly rage about my situation and whine and bitch and complain about it. I've been doing good now for 2 years. I don't give two shits about any of these people. I don't care what they put on any website. I don't care what they say in any video or any fucking Christmas special. Who cares? I'm doing.
If you don't care about it, Phil, then why you constantly bring it up? Why you mention it? Why does it seem like it's bother you? The only time it's gonna bother somebody, the only time someone's gonna bring it up constantly, if it bothers them, if it annoys them. And in this case, Phil, it does annoy you. It does bother you. You actually get annoyed with it. We can clearly see in your face. It's just how you're ranting right now. And again, the other reason why you're still pissed at Josh Moon is again, he told you to get rid of Darius. He keep talking to you, try to get rid of Darius. Your chat was how you could tell it, try to tell you to get rid of Darius. Even Kino Castillo kept telling you need to get rid of Darius because he is a PDF. And again, you kept pushing back until finally you caved in. And one thing you did say is, Darius, please make another account, but don't tell him it's you.
Good. That's all I care about. So, to hell with what the internet says, right? I understand you're not going to please all the people, and there's always going to be people who.
He's a massive projection. This is a massive projection, and it's hilarious. He can't see it. He's managed to exactly. Astro, he does.
Rag on you in life. That's part of being a public figure. All right. So if you have that,
he makes it seem like that, as far as that his content is always under attack by trolls. No, it ain't. We just take the content and literally correct your bullshit.
Problem, and you don't want to be ragged on, then don't be a public figure. Go to the private.
Again, Philip, why don't you take a look in the mirror and do the same thing for yourself?
Sector. Go get a regular job. Go get a 9-to-5. You know, do normal work. Don't be in front of thousands of people every day for scrutiny and skepticism, and then you won't have that level of harassment, right? I know that, and I've accepted it. So every day when I come on here and you guys make fun of me, I'm like, well, whatever, who cares? I'm doing good for myself. Why do I give a shit about any of that? You know what I mean? I shouldn't.
Really, you don't give a shit, but right now in your tone of voice, you do give a shit. It is bothering you.
But I guess the quartering.
That's another thing, Anthony. That's another good point. That Darius also stalked people on Twitter.
Could not accept that. All right. And the quartering, I guess, in a conversation to Josh Moon, supposedly, said, listen, I've had enough. I'm not going to allow those guys to talk about my family anymore. They can talk about me, they can talk about my content, but they're not going to talk about my family. Therefore, I am now making basically this like ultimatum, all right, that they're going
to quote Ice Cube, check yourself before you wreck your... Anthony? Where is it? That is so true. Check yourself before you wreck yourself. You get the pin message of the day. Oh, shit.
Take down any clips about my family, and if they don't, I'm going to use my...
Phil doesn't realize he's 1-2 wells away from bankruptcy number 2 if they leave, and he's scared as fuck. Oh, that is so true, Alex. He's got, what, maybe, I think 3 wells at this point now? He's down to 3? Because there's certain other ones I haven't seen in a hot minute. So, yeah, if he lose, let's say, OIC or future stepdad, which I think it might be an OIC account, not 100% certain, but I think that is, he's in trouble. He's literally in trouble.
My contacts, my business contacts on the internet to take them down,
Phil
to essentially...
Phil can't tie his shoes or ride a bike or swim in the ocean, even if $1 million is on... Exactly. He's gay!
Take everything they own, okay? So he outright said that to...
Honestly, I think his mom is sending him money. Could be, Farrah. Could be.
To Josh Moon.
Farrah.
I don't know why he said it to Josh Moon and not the casino. Maybe he wasn't talking directly with them, and I guess Josh Moon was the intermediary or whatever. All right? So, of course, the casino laughed it off and said, what's he going to do? You know. Well, again, this is just me trying to understand the situation because I don't really understand it fully because I haven't fully researched it. But from what I'm to understand...
You have been looking into it, Phil.
I guess.
Right now, you try to play selective memory because anything that go at the key in the casino, you're going to be sitting there enjoying.
Yes. He did actually do exactly what he said he was going to do. He put his money where his mouth was. And the Kino Casino Clips channel, you know, the channel that does highlights on YouTube of Kino Casino, which is exclusively streamed on Kick. This channel gets good views. They put out, you know, clips, like a clip, 2 clips a day. Each clip gets 10,000, 20,000 views. So this channel arguably is probably making like $10,000 a month in revenue and probably makes them over $100,000 a year as a side thing. It's not even their main focus, but they're making this side bank. Now, for the record, Andy and Ashton do not own the Kino Casino Clips channel. It is owned by their editor. Their editor runs it for them, all right? And they get some of the money from the channel, but they don't own the channel. And this is the technical aspect of it that a lot of people are confused about. Because you might say, why is that? Why don't they own this Clips channel? In fact, why doesn't Kino Casino stream on YouTube themselves? From what I'm to understand, at one point, Andy was banned on YouTube. He had a YouTube channel and he had a YouTube presence, and he got banned from YouTube. I have no clue for what reason. I don't know. I never looked into it. But I guess he did something egregious, and YouTube banned his channel. Now, when you're banned on YouTube like that, you're not allowed to operate multiple businesses and things. You're just banned. So because he was banned for, I guess it was like community issues. It wasn't like copyright strikes. It was like community issues. Like he was breaking YouTube's terms of service, okay? If he were to try to open up another channel, YouTube would ban that.
Nah, stepped into it. Wait, nah, stepdad isn't a SOG. He has access to his own. So it's another den. So it's not a stock account. So which I'm not surprised.
That one too. But there's a loophole to this. The loophole, I call it the Keemstar loophole. And the reason I call it that is because Keemstar himself used this loophole many years ago to still make content on YouTube while he himself was banned from being a YouTuber, okay?
You mean when Drama Alert picked him up? That was a little loophole? Yeah, he was banned on YouTube because of stuff he did. The only reason he was able to stay, the only reason why he was able to stay on YouTube because Drama Alert. But even still, then Drama Alert had to tell him, hey, you have to curb certain things. Because if he did what he did before, then they can get into trouble.
As long as someone else owns the channel, you can be in the content of said channel, and that's not breaking YouTube's terms of service. Hence, if someone has a clips channel of Kino Casino, and Kino Casino only broadcasts over on Kit, right? Then that means that that channel can operate. Legally, it's allowed. Per the terms of service, per everything, it's allowed. So whoever this editor is who works for Kino Casino had the legal right to own this clips channel and operate it, even if Andy was banned from YouTube, okay? So I guess what happened was Kino Casino, after hearing this ultimatum, made a big joke of it. Ha ha ha, big deal, who cares, right? We're going to keep doing what we do, which is what they always do. You know, they're not afraid of anything. They're big and they make good money and they have a great following, so they're going to do whatever the hell they want and they feel like they're immune. Who gives a shit, right?
I get Kino that. They're not afraid of anybody. They'll actually go whoever they feel like going after film. You, on the other hand, you're actually afraid of competition.
Well, from what I'm to understand, the quartering did follow through. And the Kino Casino Clips channel was flagged as a violation of YouTube's terms of service because of ban evasion. And this is what doesn't make sense. How could the channel be ban evading if the person who owns and operates the channel isn't banned from YouTube?
Because, Phil, guess what? When Andy got struck because the channel was linked to his, that's why. So that's why that channel was taken down for ban evasion.
So come to find out, some more research was done, and Andy found out his channel, his YouTube channel, had been unbanned from YouTube like 6+ months ago. I guess he knew about it, but he didn't publicly talk about it because he had no plans to use the channel or anything. It just kind of sat there. The channel had been rebanned, and he didn't even know because he wasn't paying attention to it, and it got rebanned, and then after his channel got rebanned, then the Clips channel got banned. So putting 2 and 2 together here, what it sounds like happened was someone, is it the quartering or someone else? Who knows?
It is according, numbnuts.
Got YouTube to reanalyze Andy's original YouTube channel after it'd been unbanned, found another thing that violated YouTube's terms of service on it, got it rebanned, then convinced YouTube that the Clips channel was actually Andy's other channel and got the Clips channel banned too.
Yes, because it's linked to his account. Again, ban evasion. That's how that happened.
Now it's funny because some people are like, who could it have been? Well, obviously the quartering is prime.
Some more research was done. Yeah, according to Phil, even though all you have to do is just look at it, even Andy told what happened.
Suspect number one, but you do realize that the casino has a lot of enemies. They do, okay? They really
Like
do.
you?
And maybe there is a very, 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 very slim chance that it wasn't the quartering and it was someone else taking advantage of the situation in this public view to do it.
One sec, Chad. One sec. I'm sorry. Give me a second, because right now he's always saying it's not the quartering. Give me a sec. I'm gonna pull this information up because right now he's being completely stupid on purpose, and it's literally getting on my nerves. Let's see, where is it? Where is it? Where is it? Is it here? Hold on, Jack. Give me a sec. I gotta pull it up. No, that's not it. Some else stuff there. Is this one here? Okay, that's their video, but I'm looking for trying to get right to the source. Where is it? Give me a sec, Jack. Give me a second. That's it. No, that's not it. Ah! Where is it? Is this it? All right, let me go to Twitter. It'll be easier that way. So I'm trying to find a YouTube chat. I apologize, and I can't seem to find it on there. Here it is. Here it is. Sorry about that, chat. I had to go to YouTube to find this info right here. There it is. There it is. There it is.
But yeah,
All right. Put this right up here real quickly. Go to this. Da, 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 da. All right. Let's see. Kiwi Farms in the Cording's most recent Rumble video stream, he actually showed his YouTube emails indicating that he actually flagged and almost certainly behind flagging Kino Casino. Let's see right here again, because I showed this before. Well, let's do this one more time because again, Phil is being an idiot.
Whoops, no.
Would you look right there, chat? Thanks for your report to YouTube. You also payments and stuff. Well, that's pays right there. But thanks for your report on YouTube. The only time you see that is when you're reporting somebody. Also, YouTube support.
Not that one.
Wait for it.
Let's see here.
Wait for it. Wait for it. Wait for it. It should be. Hold on, give it a sec. Because he does show it at some point in time here. What's it here? Hold up. Let's go to the next one. Okay, it's showing that. Let me go back, chat. Maybe I might have missed it. Hold on. Let's see. This mouse on hinge. Okay, it's somewhere in the chat. It's got another video, but he did show his email until where it showed him. But remember this, chat. Always remember this. Right here. Right here. When you see this, thanks for your report to YouTube, that usually means you just reported somebody. How I know that? Because I see this before happen to somebody else. So yes, Phil, Jeremy did strike Kino Casino.
yeah, in the court of public opinion, that doesn't really matter. The Quartering had this public feud with the casino.
You're welcome,
and so it's
Anthony.
obvious if someone was going to do it, it likely was going to be him. He was the one bragging to Josh Moon saying, I have all these connections and all this power and I could do this if I so choose. I could shut them down, right? So what's happened is, because this happened, did you think that the casino was not going to talk about it? Of course not. This is called the Barbara Streisand effect. What you don't want to be talked about will only be amplified and made massively public by tenfold if you pull something like this. So the casino decided to say, hey, to hell with this, we're going to war. And they blew this up on their show. And immediately everyone started to cover the issue and clip it. People started to go to all the Quartering's content and flag him and say, hey.
No. That did not happen. That did not happen. He did not get flagged, Phil. Here's what you failed to realize. The reason why people are going at Jeremy because false flagging or flagging somebody is wrong. It is literally the nuclear option. That is why people going at him. So again, you are absolutely wrong on this.
Dare you do this, right? And then people started to clip the casino show. They started to clip the Quartering, and the clips were all over the internet. Okay.
As someone who reports some of Phil's streams, I can 100% confirm that you do get a message from a report. Thank you, Alex. Thank you.
Okay. From what I'm to understand, again, I'm just trying to understand the situation. I could be wrong on any of this, and it's fine. You know, factually call me out if I'm wrong. I'm just trying to understand it.
So I'm tuning out. He's just so bored. No, I totally understand that, Astro.
Big picture perspective. Supposedly, the Quartering then started flagging other people for harassment. Okay, so it wasn't. Oh,
yes, he did, because people that were covering the topic, especially about his bull, he got pissed off about.
now I'm flagging the casino for ban evasion anymore. Apparently, he started flagging clippers on the internet or anyone who covered this issue, like talking about the Quartering's personal family stuff, which I haven't. I actually don't even know what it is. I don't give a shit. I don't want to know about it. Okay, I don't. But apparently,
Sure you do.
anyone who brought this up, okay, was then in their video getting their videos flagged for harassment purposes, which means that, you know, YouTube terms of service violation. Oh, harassment. This video has a harassing part in it, so the video has been taken down or whatever. Okay, so it wasn't just going after the casino, but then when the Streisand effect happened and everyone started to publicly talk about the Quartering's personal business in a public forum, he started flagging anyone who was doing it as well. So now the fear is that if anyone actually talks about the issues, the personal issues that people have with the Quartering, that he's going to hit you with harassment claim and shut down your video and possibly your channel. Okay, so I think, am I to understand in general? Do I understand the situation? Because before I give any opinion on it, I need to make sure that I'm understanding the situation. In a nutshell, do I at least have a summary understanding of this, or am I wrong? Am I off on a few points? I'd like to be corrected if I'm wrong before I come to any kind of a opinion on it. Okay? Bilbo Beggin says you don't really understand anything. Well, that's just wrong, so now you're banned. What's up, Chris?
Anything else you want to say, Phil?
Well, you see, that's the thing.
I know, he doesn't know anything about
I
it.
don't know about the personal issues, nor do I care. I don't even want to talk about them. Because it's...
Okay, if you don't know about it, you don't want to talk about it, then why are you talking about it, Phil? If there's something you don't want to talk about, you don't bring it up.
Now, that's not really the issue here, right? Someone...
I'm waiting for it. I'm waiting for it. He doesn't understand the issue at all.
Else's dirty laundry or personal issues is none of my concern. I don't give a shit. You know me, I'm not a drama guy. I don't give a fuck about that. What I care about what is actually going on in the situation with the YouTube flagging and all of that, right? And by the way, I have shout outs to do and I will do them before the morning show ends. I promise you all. Okay?
Not a fucking morning show.
Okay.
Exactly. If you correct him, he say you're wrong, then you get banned.
Okay, so someone said Andy's channel was unbanned with no strikes against it when it was flagged. Terms of service is different from copyright. I think this is a key point that people are not understanding. When it comes to copyright, there's a 3 strikes rule on YouTube where first strike, okay, it's like a warning. Second strike, you get things taken away. Third strike, your channel's banned until you get some of the strikes reversed. We're talking terms of service. That's very different. At any given moment, someone on YouTube who works for YouTube can say your channel violated terms of service and just shut your whole channel down. And
oh my god, motherfucker. Asshole. You're not understanding the fucking situation. This is not a violation of terms of service. This is a channel strike because Jeremy struck the King of Casinos clip channel on YouTube because he got butthurt because they were making fun of him and his bull. That's the reason why. And nobody's on Jeremy's side because you do not strike other channels, even if you're their mortal enemy, even if they're your mortal enemy and they're making fun of you, you just don't do it. Because guess what? When you open that can of worms, now the people gonna want to do it. I think that's the okay route. Now we got people channel striking everybody else again, and this is why this is why I call channel striking the nuclear option. Not only that, the MAD protocol, mutually assured destruction. Because here's the thing, Philip. If Kino Casino wanted to strike at Jeremy, they can. But they don't do that because even they understand not a smart move. But guess what? They're going to up the ante now, Jeremy, because now Jeremy made it personal towards them because they literally fucked with somebody and they didn't come. How do you not understand that? But then again, I'm sorry, chat. Then again, this is Phil. He doesn't understand anything. He's trying to find something that can make it about himself. Yeah, other than that, oh yeah, Melanie Mac, but that's a crazy nutty ass chick that I'll tell anybody to run from. She's a psycho chick. Do not no, stay away from her. You actually can't blah, 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 blah. Why birth? No matter how good looks she looking with red hair, no, you run from that.
all you can do is try to appeal and prove otherwise. And if you don't,
Because Melanie Mac with the type of person where you can actually touch her shoulder and she's already gonna cry SA.
your channel's gone. That's how YouTube's terms of service work. There's no levels of escalation. There's no 3 strikes, you're out. On YouTube, if you fuck up bad, you're done. You're toast. You're brown bread. That's just how it is.
Like you got
okay?
channel struck twice.
Exactly. Indefinitely suspended. And it's weird because depending on what you get shut down for, it looks different. Sometimes it could just say this channel's not available. Sometimes it'll say this channel's been terminated. Like I've seen different things on YouTube. If it's like really egregious, it'll say your channel is terminated. That means you really are in bad shape and you may not ever get it reversed at all. In general, people who have their channel shut down usually eventually get them back. Even if you just let time expire, usually it's after a while, it won't be a big deal and you can get something reversed. Okay. I've had many, many years ago, I had things against the DSP gaming channel. All right. That was like, oh, something I said, oh, they didn't like that. They flagged it. You wait a couple years, you appeal it, and then they'll remove it. Okay. So it's not endless, but sometimes you could get permanently terminated. Okay. So
yes, why?
So everyone is saying I do have a good understanding or general understanding of what happened. Okay.
Hey, hold on. I'm sorry, what? Who the hell says that? Who the hell says that you have a general understanding when you don't? You kept saying, I don't know about this. I'm not really involved, blah, blah, blah. No, Phil, you do not have an understanding. Oh, wait, hold on. Mia X, whatever, say Mia X4, whatever they say the name. In my opinion, you're always wish-washy like you are with politics. Unless it's video games, you're going to give us a walk on eggshells answer. Well, again, chat, look at that. Again, even Phil's chat is saying he's full of it. Pretty much, Mixu, I'll just say Mixu, whatever you want to say. Mixu, you're telling the truth, but be careful because you're flying too close to the sun there.
So, what it sounds to me, what happened here
Phil's
is that,
whatever you
as
think
usual,
of something,
Kino Casino went after the quartering like they go after everyone.
True.
Now, you guys know my opinion on this, right? Again, I've said the same thing that the quartering said, that listen, if they want to go after me, they want to go after my content.
Actually, hold on, Chad. Let me see about the other one. Okay, we won't do that one because I covered this one before another thing. I'm gonna take this one out. We're gonna cover that and that'll be it because those 2 things. The other one, I know what it is. I think I covered that for another time. I mean, I covered for another topic, but this one and then that won't be the last one, chat. Again, what I'm gonna try to do moving forward when it comes to covering Phil, there's gonna be certain topics I want to cover, not everything because like Asher said, and many people said, he's just been getting into a very looping state, and it's stuff that I already bashed already. I'm just getting tired of have constantly repeat all the time. So certain topics I'll cover, other things not so much. Again, and plus I want to make sure that I don't have my streams going for too super long majority of the time, especially since I know I got work tonight. I try to keep it between 3 to 4 hours max, But regardless to not, regardless to not, Philip. You sit here, you talk about you don't understand what's going on, the whole situation, yet you still try to put your 2 cents in it. Maybe you should actually look more into it before opening your mouth.
They want to go after my looks. They want to go after anything that I put in front of this camera every day. They have a right to, because I'm the one who chooses to become a public figure and do this for a living, and I make a good living doing it, right? But that means
you make a good living for it. Excuse me. Let me calm down for a sec. Good living for it, and yet you're still begging.
that I'm in front of the public eye. Scrutiny and spectacle is part of that. And I have to understand that and roll with it. And you have to have really thick skin to be a public streamer that's going to be successful, because you're going to have people coming.
Phil, there's no such thing as a private streamer or a public streamer. When you're a streamer, you are a public figure.
After you. All right. And
just like how I'm streaming. And right now, I'm literally a public figure. I'm tiny with almost a 600 sub channel. It's still, though, I'm a public figure. Guess what? If I would go out into the public, even though people have not seen my face, if they listen to my voice, they could probably pick up, hey, that's Vanguard right there, blah, blah, blah. That could happen, Phil.
There's not much that you can really do about it. You just got to accept that. All right. I knew that when I broke off my ties with Casino a little over a year ago, that this was going to be a year of harassment. And I said, I don't care, because I'm not going to pay any attention to it. And I know that most of you out there also don't care. Anyone who's actually a fan of mine doesn't give a shit about this. So why would I care? Let them say and do whatever they want. Let them make specials. Let them harass me and my family. Who gives a fuck? It doesn't affect me if I ignore it. And that's the truth. For a whole year, I ignored it, and it literally never affected me. The only time it ever did is when a bunch of idiotic morons would come into the chat and spam with whatever they were doing that particular day. And I would say,
I don't care.
And since you want to go ahead and decide you're trying to be a little funny, I have a solution to that one.
Not funny. Dickens laugh.
and then ban the idiot, and then move on with my day, and we'd be good.
Before you ban so-called idiot, you actually crash off for a little minute, and then you try to move on with your day.
Okay? Now, to be honest with you, I think that's what any intelligent adult should do. Okay? That's my take. The best way to put up with an internet bully is to just fucking ignore them. Okay? There's a difference between what Kino Casino does and what other people do. And here's what I mean by that. Kino Casino talks shit. Kino Casino tries to expose personal shit, right?
Hold on. I see it right here.
Here's Phil to tell you more.
Please, do tell us more, Philip.
They really are an internet drama show. They're trying to be like TMZ on the internet. They're kind of like what Keemstar used to do with Drama Alert, maybe times 10 in some cases. They're like the new group doing it that's hot and popular for doing it, correct? I think it's a good assessment, okay? People find what they do entertaining or whatever. But if you just ignore it, not much is going to happen, all right? In the case of my case, right? I ignored it. Did Kino Casino come after me in my livelihood? Did they try to get my channel shut down? Did they try to take money out of the mouths of my wife and my cat and me? Did they try to steal everything? You know what I'm saying? Did they try to get me shut down? No. They didn't do anything like that. What the truth is, I think they understand the game, okay? And what do I mean by that? They understand that if they keep it going, if they just they can keep making content, right? If you shut down the person you're making fun of, how could you have content to make for your own purposes, your own profits? You need that person to keep making content so they can keep making content on them and profit from it, okay? Some detractors don't get that. Actual detractors will try to do fucked up stuff. They'll try to steal money. They'll try to shut you down. They'll try to hit you with false copyright strikes. They'll try to do messed up stuff to ruin your reputation that actually does hurt your business, all right? I don't think that Kino Casino has ever done that. They just want to make a buck on my name, and so they do so. Okay, do I agree with that? No. Do I think that's immoral? Yes. Would I do it myself? Of course not. But I can't really stop them. And I'm not going to go to extreme measures to try to shut them down from doing it. I'm just going to say, ignore it and move on with my day. I'm good. I'm happy. I'm successful. Why do I give a shit about what they're saying about me when I'm still successful, right? I don't know.
Phil, since you've been rambling on, hold on.
Oh, hi there, Kettle. Name's Pot. Have we met?
Yeah, Phil. Again, talk about pot meets kettle. Again, talking about yourself in this whole situation. You've been rambling on for almost, 22 minutes trying to spin it about you. When all actuality, all you have to do is say, no, what Jeremy did is messed up. You shouldn't have done this. It's wrong. And just kept that. Nah, once again, you're trying to spin it about you. You're trying to make it seem like the Kino Casino is the enemy in this situation where they are not. And just like a public figure, Phil, you should know this. When you become a public figure, yes, you got some people gonna make fun of you. Deal with it.
Why the quartering is taking a different opinion on this or a different direction. I'm actually like a little lost. Like, what happened that was so egregious that he felt that he's taking this
That's
into his own
okay.
hands?
He's
Again,
not
for the
practicing
record, I
what
should
he
say this for the
preaches.
record. Apparently, he publicly keeps saying he didn't do it, even though he's on record with a conversation with Josh Moon outright saying, I will do it. I will use my power to do this. He claims he hasn't done it. He's tried to show that he hasn't flagged any channels on his streams and stuff like that. So he's trying to say it's not me. Okay?
Phil, one last time, because I already showed it. I'm not going back to show it again. Guess what? Kiwi Farms showed where Jeremy was going to his web browser, and it showed in his email where it says, thanks to we receive your reports. The only time that happens on YouTube is when you're reporting somebody.
But like I said, who else?
Chorus, and it's annoying. He does
been
this every single thing. Any topic, no matter, let's say it's politics, somebody's death, he's got to make it about him. It's like, Phil, for once in your life, don't make stuff about you. And big ups, Rainbow. How you doing? I see you sneak in there. The quarter pounder is an asshole, and so is Phil. They are definitely both.
Unless you have someone who's really trying to take advantage of this particular timing and situation to do it. And wouldn't that be an incredible coincidence that all of this stuff was already lined up to happen? And now someone jumped on it at exactly the right time to make it look like the quartering did it all and it wasn't really him? Maybe the quartering is just the most unlucky dude on the planet. Maybe he is. Maybe it really is someone framing him and he's not doing it. I don't know. I have no evidence of anything. I don't think anyone does. We're all just guessing and assuming based on the information that's been made public on the internet, right? But here's the thing. Now we're actually going to get to the real meat of the issue and the opinion, all right? So, like I said, my opinion is if you don't like someone, if you want to go back at them and start a feud and benefit from it, that's one way to go at it. The other way is to ignore them. I do not believe in attacking someone's livelihood. I do not believe in attacking someone's, business source of income, whatever you may say it is. I don't believe in that at all. And particularly, I don't believe in it if you're actually doing it with underhanded means. For example, let's say that the quartering actually felt like Kino Casino was slandering him or defaming him with the things that they were saying publicly on their show. Well, he has a legal right to take them to court for that. There's a court system in place.
You're right, Rainbow. I apologize. Happy 420, everybody. Smoke responsibly.
Just for this kind of thing. You get a lawyer, you lawyer up, you
Oh,
show
he
what's been
does. He
said,
lies
you say
like
this
a
is all
Persian
defamatory
rug.
or slander, whatever it is, because I don't know. It would also be international law because they broadcast from Canada and Kick is based in Canada, so you'd have to have a US-Canada law thing. We have to figure it out. But that's the avenue that he could have taken. He could have said, let's legally go into this, and I feel like I've been, slighted, and this needs to be taken care of this way. If he decided not to do that, but instead, I'm going to go behind the scenes, and I'm going to pull this, real fast one on you, like sleight of hand almost, right? Like, I'm going to see that Andy's channel's unbanned, and I'm going to get it rebanned, and then as it's being rebanned, I'm then going to flag another channel that we all know isn't owned by Andy, but convince someone at YouTube that it is.
No, it is. No, it is part of. It is part of him, Phil. It is. Stop that.
And then say that it's ban evading when we know it's not. That's pretty dastardly. Like, that's some dick dastardly, curly mustache, villain, tying a woman and tying her to the fucking train tracks kind of level of shit. Like, that's some fucking...
Which is something that you dream about.
Underhanded, dirty shit. And I guess my question...
Oh, yes. Plenty of detractors, including me, remember his purged. Both of them.
Would be...
And again, he orchestrated that behind the scenes with Super Puppy.
How the hell did he pull it off? Who does he have on the inside at YouTube working this stuff? Because, again, from everything we've been told up to now, the Kino Casino Clips channel was never, ever owned or controlled by Andy. Maybe we've been lied to, and maybe it was. But if it wasn't, that YouTube channel should have a registration of a name and an address. If it's made ad revenue, the AdSense account has a name and an address. And as long as neither of those are registered to Andy, it doesn't matter what content is on the channel, you can't get that channel for ban evasion. Okay? However, I will say this. I feel like, sadly, being such a public spectacle like they are, Kino Casino kind of worked against themselves in this situation, and here's what I mean. I know the way YouTube works, okay? The way YouTube works is YouTube only cares about the legality of a situation based on the information it has. So the moment that Kino Casino Clips got flagged and shut down for ban evasion, all YouTube will care about is speaking to the person who is legally registered as the person who owns the channel, period. And literally no input from anyone else matters because they know legally only that person is the legal party involved. They don't give a shit about what anyone else says. So when the entire internet started flagging the Team YouTube Twitter account and you had people saying, oh, I'm going to go on reach behind the scenes and I'm going to do this and that, that just made the situation 10 times worse. Because all YouTube wants to do is talk directly to the person who owns the channel to get to the bottom of the situation. They don't want to be inundated with 7,000 people bothering them with bullshit that they don't understand. So I actually feel like the whole public outcry that happened, it helped the casino because now they have the public on their side. And from what I'm to understand, they've had some of the most profitable streams they've ever had in their history in the last 2 weeks as a result of this. But at the same time, and
you know what? I'm done with this. I'm done with this because he's just fucking dragging on. I'm sorry, Chad. Oh my God. I'm sorry. He's just dragging on. We'll move on to the next one, Chad. I apologize. But he's
until you see.
I'm done. Again, numbnuts, Phil, the reason why, and I'm saying this one last time, the reason why Kino Casino has the public on the side is because, again, Jeremy struck them. It is simple as that. Like, good God, oh fucking mighty.
If you're gonna have these conversations, hottest issue, what I want to talk about first is the fact that in the last week, I have put up some interesting edited highlight videos here on DSP Gaming. Okay? So let's talk about this because this is something that's been discussed ever since the fall. All right? If you guys remember back when I had my interview with Asmongold in November.
Yeah, when you had your little interview with Asmongold, your little talk with Asmongold, we know about that.
All of a sudden, I got a big influx of.
Oh shit! I see what Duty did. I see what Duty did. Chad, you remember when Phil was supposed to be to dress up as Ken and he dressed up like his mother? Okay, I did that laugh, Duty. That was pretty good. That was pretty good adding this in there.
New viewers to the channel. When that happened, the viewers were very confused. They were like, wait a minute, there's like no archive streams up on your channel. We can't seem to find your latest content. And I'm like, oh, it's because I do things differently. You know, I've been an 18-year running YouTuber. I used to do videos before anyone even live stream. So I break out these on-demand videos and I upload them separately with thumbnails and titles. I put them in playlists. And that's how you can watch my content.
Whoa, buddy! Oh, exactly. That's another thing, Anthony.
Content if you can't be there live. To which the response was, we're confused. Where's the content? Where is it? I can't find it. And one of the things that we discussed was the possibility of a Clipper or a highlights channel or something.
I'm sorry. I'm cracking up because what Duty Phil's old face.
Somewhere where my content could be broken down, edited to a way that is more concise, kills out dead time, splits it into specific topics. For a perfect example here, a lot of the times on this very show, I cover multiple topics. Maybe I'll be talking about games I'm playing, then I react to a game trailer, but then I talk about a hot topic in current events or the like.
Wait, hold up. Was that who I think it was? Who was that?
Specific topics. For a perfect example here, a lot of the times on this very show, I cover multiple topics. Maybe I'll be talking about games I'm playing, then I react to a game trailer, but then I talk.
That's the only solution when it comes to a PDF.
Talk about a hot topic in current events or the like. Well, unless you're sitting here watching the entirety of the show, how do you find those topics, right? And to be honest, other people already do that. They're called detractors who steal my content. All right, we're not talking, a fan of mine.
Oh, here we go. Once again, to bring us up. Phil, I thought you said you wasn't going to bring detractors up, yet here you are once again.
No, people literally, as I'm live broadcasting, are re-streaming and copying and saving my content so they can clip it out and upload it to their personal channels with no commentary, no criticism. They're just stealing my content raw and profiting off of it.
So you're talking about Duty and let's see, we just talking about non-commentary. You're talking about Duty, Snort Hogan, Snort Bernal, Memeology, and you want to talk about the Raw restream, then yeah, you want to talk about Raw Phil, then yes. But Phil, but here's the one thing you fail to realize. They had to do some things to make it transferable. In other words, changing the font or adding something else to it, or maybe doing other little things to it to make it transformative.
Okay, so people said, well, why don't you just do it for yourself? And to
be
honest,
honest, shout out to Raw Phil.
All right, there's a couple things that kind of hold me back.
And what's crazy is chat with Raw Phil, he gets way more views than Phil. Not only that, when Phil used to play Street Fighter, whenever he runs a Raw Phil, he would literally get his shit pushed in.
From actively doing this, or at least doing it as quickly as I wanted. The primary thing is...
Wait, hold up. Asmon said he was thinking of doing a gaming podcast or something, and Phil heard about it and said, you want me on it? Oh, dear God, he better not. If he brings Phil on it, it's going to be destroyed right from the get-go.
It's very hard to find someone that you can trust. And what I mean by that is, over the years, I've had a lot of different people who have helped me in various different capacities, whether it's someone who was just a moderator on my stream, someone who...
Dear sweet mother, God. Oh, my goodness.
Moderated my forum.
I'm sorry. When I'm laughing, cracking up, I'm laughing at this part here. Dear God.
Back when I used to have them, a webmaster who actually used to run a website for me. Then I had people who helped me with my technical setup, with some thumbnails, with video editing, with cutting down my streams, with all this kind of stuff. And, the thing is, like I always say in life, it's kind of like a revolving door where not everyone has all this time to be helpful to you. I'm grateful for anyone who comes by and helps me out in any capacity, but it's not always possible. Sometimes
what you want is people to help you out with every single thing. Maximum profit for little effort.
They'll be here, then they can't be here, then they come back later. You know how it goes.
Oh, of course. I know. And also, of course, when you speak to Nugs, because I didn't speak to him a little while, tell him big ups for constantly destroying Phil. I know there's been a couple times where Phil got to him, but I love how I love how Nugs came back and redeemed himself.
But I stream full
I know, and that's another brother for another. No, that's another brother for another mother. Nugs right there.
time. Like I'm
I like to, I like to, razz him from time to time.
here usually 6 days a week streaming full time. I don't have
Right. Then she actually go ahead and fucking support him. Yeah, please help him, please.
time to sit around, cut down, edit out, and make highlight montages of my own content. I mean, I already do all of the thumbnails and uploading for my content. I don't have time to do highlights too. Okay. And so who do you trust, right? Do you rely on someone who is kind of like someone who you consider maybe like a friend behind the scenes, or do you pay someone to do it? All right. So here's the truth. It took a while for me to try to figure this out. And finally, I, after having talked to certain people or whatever, made a determination. So here's the thing. There's 4 clips. If you guys have seen them, let me show them to you in case you guys actually haven't had a chance to watch them or you weren't even aware that they existed, because I want to show you how you can find the clips. All right. So here's the deal. Here is DSP Gaming, which, by the way, I love to brag that it's hard-coded to youtube.com/DSP Gaming because the channel is so old. It's a legacy channel. It's been around since 2010. I actually have that address. Everyone else who makes a YouTube channel has to have that stupid ad address, and their real address is a bunch of symbols and bullshit. But I actually have the address. That's the name of my channel, which is pretty darn cool.
Uh-huh.
So, FYI, here it is. And what you do, if you want to see these new highlight videos that I'm uploading, is you simply scroll down the page until you see DSP Stream Highlights. Okay? What I used this playlist for previously was to find either raw live streams that I thought you guys would be interested in watching, or if I did break out a special video or recorded something that I wanted to highlight, I would put it into this playlist. As you can see, I told everyone, don't buy the Virtual Boy back in February. It was a scam, right? I talked about what I thought about Arc Raiders when it came out.
Yeah, when you play Arc Raiders, it was pretty boring, and when you did the stupid Virtual Boy, it was so pathetic. It was literally watching I hate to say this, not trying to make fun of people out this, but we literally saw a regarded person try to play with a product, which was you was doing.
I talked about how I absolutely hated the combat of Crimson Desert at launch, and that video actually did pretty well. I have my 2 April Fool's specials, which I have here archived. Then I put my entire birthday marathon on there. And then there's the four.
And the sad part about it, Phil, actually, I'm going to go back chat really quickly. 3.9K, 734 views. I mean, 2.8K, 2.8K, 11K. Phil, that is still pathetic for a 230 plus K channel. That's still bad.
Talked about how I absolutely hated the combat of Crimson Desert at launch, and that video actually did pretty well. I have my 2 April Fool's specials, which I have here archived. Then I put my entire birthday marathon on there. And then there's the four more recent videos, which is what I really want to address here today. So starting about a little over a week ago, I quit Street Fighter 6. And you might say, what? Yeah, I rage quit it. I had enough of it. To be honest with you, I just don't like the game that much anymore. It was fun the first year.
You mean after you kicking your ass handed to you?
Year to year and a half. I just don't enjoy it that much. It really is a very frustrating endeavor for me to play it. And I said, I got too many other things I want to do. I'm done with this for now. So I dumped it, and I said, well, if I'm going to dump it, let's dump it in epic style. And I had someone make me a cool montage of that stream, of me getting my butt handed to me with E-Honda and me essentially crashing out, rage quitting it, and saying, I'm done with this game. It was done in an entertaining manner, lots of editing and effects and transitions and the like, and it was about a 20-minute video. People liked it, all right? It's been up for over a week now. It's got almost 4,000 views, so pretty good. And the thing is, I didn't tell anyone I was going to do it. I didn't tell anyone that I was working on it. Now, let's be clear. Am I the person making these videos?
No.
Am I paying someone to professionally make these videos?
Yes, I am.
And since he wants to go ahead and be an absolute dickhead, I got to add stuff to this. Again, fellow, because I know what you're trying to do.
Not funny. Dickens laugh.
Not funny, Phil. You don't need the daggone voice changes for this.
So that's why they look so good. You know, do I have video editing experience and capability? Yes, I do. Do I have...
What?
That's why they look so good. You know, do I have video editing experience and capability? Yes, I do. Do I have the time or means to learn?
If you have video editing skills, then why are your thumbnails so bad? Actually, you know what? One sec, Chad. One last field trip. Because this idiot thinks he got skills, even though he popped pills. Hold on, where is it? Hold on, because I'm gonna do something which I shouldn't do, but I'm gonna do it here. One sec, chat. Phil, how is it, and I'm using my channel for example, chat. How is it with my own with my well, excuse me, not my channel, excuse me, with my channel, excuse me. How's with my channel feel that I can make thumbnails and it is very not difficult to do. I can actually put more skill to making little thumbnails that are 10 times better than yours. I mean, maybe the worst thumbnail I made would have been this one. That's because it was like a last minute type of thing. But again, with my content field, I literally take the time to make thumbnails like the current one what we have right now. Again, it doesn't take that much skill to make thumbnails, to do editing and stuff like that. Hell, when I edit videos, it does take me a decent amount of time, but it's not difficult to do. How is it that somebody like me, a tiny channel of 595 subs, can still do this 10 times better than you?
To the extent that this person knows and do it that good? No, I don't. So they're just doing much better work than I could pump out. Okay. So that is the first video. And then this week, I knew that I wanted to do more videos, but I was trying to save it up and say, let's wait for something important to happen. And I knew that there was multiple new games that were going to be coming out this week. And I thought, hey, launch day montages of each game.
I watched some 206K sub channel covering Jeremy and DSP like a couple days ago, and he got 600 bucks without asking them. See, that's the thing. That's the thing. There's other people that could actually make money off this and don't have to even beg a single dime. It's because they're genuine people actually thoroughly enjoy them. Phil, on the other hand, cannot do that. I know he is coping very hard.
Might actually do some wonders for the channel. Maybe someone would discover that I'm playing the game if I put out a montage rather than me playing the raw game. And so we have Mouse PI for Hire, where I went full noir with my face cam going gray, or I guess I should say monochrome. And we have a 40-minute montage of the first 3 hours of that game. And then I played Pragmata on Friday, and you can see the results. Absolutely terrifying, right? So there's about 26-minute montage of that, all right? And so I put both of those out, and admittedly, I wanted to do this as kind of a litmus test, right? If I do highlights of gameplay versus drama stuff, what would happen? Because let's be honest, this video right here is drama. This is me raging, crashing out, and quitting Street Fighter 6, and everyone loves drama. So, of course, that does nearly 4,000 views in the week that it's live, right? So then I said, how would these videos do? As you can see, they did almost equally. Basically, a good audience of people checked it out to see the montage of what I'm doing in these games, and I'm curious, you know, will this work for every new release that I do? Would it give some more attention to what I'm doing? However, what I like to do is direct your attention to the raw gameplay videos below. As you can see, they're not doing very well. All right, you might say, well, is it a result of the games? I don't think so. The games are absolutely great, okay? But I don't know if it's people are just stealing my content and getting my footage up immediately before I can. I don't know if it's because I put up these montages that people just watched the montages and said, oh, now I don't have to watch the raw gameplay. I don't know. But for new releases, these are not doing well at all when it comes to the on-demand views, to be honest. I mean, this has been live almost 3 days, and it doesn't even have 500 views. That's pretty bad for a video game playthrough, okay? Just being honest with you. You can even take a look at current playthroughs I'm doing, like Pokemon Fire Red and other things. They're doing better. So why these two new games particularly aren't taking off with on-demand views, I have no idea. Other games that I'm playing are doing well. So it is a little confusing, all right? But notably...
only time a game is actually getting off views is when you're playing a multiplayer game, because we know, one, the salt's going to be incredible, and two, you're going to actually get angry about it.
The one I would really...
Plus, it's satisfying to see your ass getting kicked in the game.
Like to direct your attention to is a video that I released 15 hours ago that absolutely no one expected, and I even talked about not even doing last week, okay? As you can see, the latest highlight video from DSP Gaming is my broken down, put together, edited thoughts on the Quartering versus Kino Casino feud that is currently going on right now, okay? So you might say, well, wait a minute, Phil shared his thoughts about that? When the hell was that? You may not even be aware. Fair enough. It's because I talked about it on my morning show on Friday. So unless you were here live for the morning show and you saw it in its entirety, you probably had no idea that I even discussed the topic, okay? So a really weird thing happened yesterday, okay? For the record, this video had already been done, but I didn't want to release it at the same time that I was releasing other videos because it would make sense to say dump the Pragmata montage and immediately dump this highlight video about that drama. They would be two videos competing for each other's attention. So basically what I did is I dropped the Pragmata video, I let it sit there for about 16, 18 hours, and then yesterday on my day off, I dropped the highlight video of my thoughts about this internet feud, okay? As I dropped the video, okay, the weirdest thing happened. It actually very quickly, not for a long time, but for a very short period of time, it hit the algorithm. And a couple YouTubers actually watched it right as it went live.
It's because you make 400 hours of content a day and expect people to pay you. Exactly, Glenn. That's the whole thing about it. Views, views, views. I don't want to be Mr. Views. That's right. He doesn't be about Mr. Views. And what he's being right now, Mr. Views.
I mean, one of my, his name is Camelot. He watched the video when it had less than 300 views. So it had just gone live, like within half an hour. And he watched it and reacted to it. And he liked it. And then that sent his viewership over to check it out. And then more people checked it out. And then more people checked it out. Hey, now, what's funny is you might say, oh, viral popularity. Are you kidding me? The video has 3,700 views.
I would never watch any of them.
That's not viral popularity.
Or should I say self-fulfilled?
But for the first time in ages, people on the internet saw one of my videos, said, oh, I'll check this out. And if you actually check out the video, you'll see hundreds of comments, hundreds of likes, People are like, oh, I really like this video. Phil has a good take. He's intelligent with the way.
Hundreds of comments. Phil, I only seen a couple of comments, and majority of times it's somebody sucking up to you. Any comments that leave proper constructive criticism, you delete it.
He's speaking about the subject. The editing is good because the editor,
The editing is garbage.
for the record, put in supplemental information. So, for example, when I'm saying, oh, I had an interview with the quartering, he showed a clip of me being interviewed by the quartering. When I'm talking about working with Kino Casino, he has the clip playing. When he talks about things that the quartering has done or the casino has done, he superimposes that over the screen so you can see the information I'm addressing live on the screen.
Phil, we can already see who you talking to. It's not difficult to do.
So to be honest, that clip is better than watching the raw show because it has more information added to it that makes it better.
Phil, here's another thing. And here's the sad part about it, Phil. Again, your other stuff is too long. Your stupid April Fool's thing, 2 hours long. Your birthday marathon, an hour long. DSP broke, whatever. Your Street Fighter, 21 minutes, too long. Goes Looney Tunes, 42 minutes, too long. A lot of stuff is too long, so not to the meat and potatoes. Number two, just like everybody's taking It's a Gundam's route, nobody wants to give you a single view. They'd rather watch it through a detractor, like how I'm doing, or through a restreamer.
That makes sense. So far, the video's been live for 15 hours. Well, actually, I hadn't refreshed this. Hold on a second. Look at that. So the video's been live for 15 hours and currently has 3,800 views.
Does scroll. He plays the victim in every single damn interview.
So that's cool. Now, to be honest, I don't really think that I have a polarizing or strong take on the subject. I don't take sides in this take.
Nothing wrong with that, Chorus.
I,
I'm eventually still working on that. You gotta give me a little bit of time, okay, my man? I'm still working on that one too.
personally don't like Kino Casino, but also I'm honest about what I think about what's going on with the situation with the quartering. I also don't bring up any personal shit at all in it, which is funny because it seems like everyone else who talks about this topic has to bring up all this personal shit and like all this drama, and I'm like, I'm not even gonna talk about that. I'm just gonna talk about the situation, okay? So if you're interested in it,
which you was too busy fence pulling on the whole situation, try to spin it about yourself.
Give it a look. You might enjoy it, okay?
No, I'd rather not.
You might not, but
matter of fact, you know what I am going to do? Because I haven't done it here. I know this video is almost done. Let me give a like to Duty. I'd rather watch through his eyes.
Hopefully you will.
Through his content,
all right, and if you do like it, then I hope that you'll give it a look, okay? Now, moving forward, will I continue to do highlight clips like
Anthony. Same thing with me.
Yes. So far, I'm pleased with the results.
God.
However, all right, I'll be honest here.
Honest about what?
You know, this is initial results, and I do hope that they get better, right? Like right now, having a highlight clip that did 3,000 views, 1,000 views, that's negligible, and it's not going to help the channel. Okay, it's not. If I do highlights,
no. Where is it? Nope. Where is that button? I have it right here. I know it is. No. Magical? No. Bad, Phil. 1,000 views? Bad. Very bad. If you was, let's say, a 500 sub channel, then yes, 1,000 views will be fantastically great. You are a 200. Matter of fact, nah, I'm not gonna do that. I'm not go behind enemy lines. Phil, you have a channel 230K plus. All these views, right? You currently have right now, is bad. Very, very bad. The only one I see the highest shit on is this one that is your birthday marathon, which is 14,000 views. That's just about it. This is bad for a 230K plus sub channel. Horrible views, horrible numbers. Again, you refuse to actually look at to see what you're doing wrong. Again, you rather blame others. You rather blame it on your audience. You rather blame it on detractors. Matter of fact, you would love to blame it on your wife. You like to blame on anything else, but except the person in the streamer, the person who's streaming this content, which is you, Philip Bunnell.
Views each, it's really not a big deal, okay? What I really need is these views to start pulling in numbers, like 10,000 views, right? If I get 10,000 views every highlight clip, I'll actually start to get a new viewer base that will come watch my content. That's the goal.
No, Phil. No. At this point in time, in your 18 years of being on the on YouTube, nobody is going to want to do content with you. You wanna know why? Because when you had opportunities to do it with top tier rating, with Kino Casino, and again with Asmongold, everybody saw what you are. Literally somebody that's boring with gameplay and always mention your trolls each and every time. You do it every time. And the sad part about it is, Phil, is you try to take out all that stuff in your content, but guess what? They try to make sure they include it so they can see who you truly are.
Will it ever get to that?
And the other thing that you're always gonna be known well for, Phil, besides being the beggar, the guy who jerked off on May 1st.
That honestly,
Which, by the way, it's coming, Phil. Today is April 20th. It's coming. We are. Let me pull how many weeks we are out. Phil, next Friday, May 1st. Get ready. I'm going to be streaming that day, and I'm going to tag yo yag ass in it so you can see it. And matter of fact, I want every other distractor to do that. Just tag Phil in May 1st so he can see it, because he's gonna try to retcon it. He's gonna try to. But I want everyone to do that. You wanna know why? Because again, matter of fact, it will be his anniversary of when he burst.
is dependent on the YouTube algorithm and on people actually checking out these highlights. Because here is my fear, all right?
What's your fear?
These
Phil?
will start to get lost in the shuffle. Meaning, on a given day, for example, Friday, right? I uploaded the DSP morning show right here. Here's the actual raw video where I talked about the Kino Casino quartering situation, 475 views. So my opinion on that went from 475 views to 3,800 views in climate because I did a highlight video of it, okay? So I uploaded the morning show. I uploaded 3 parts of Pragmata. Then I uploaded more gameplay on the late stream, right, which was Crimson Desert, 2 videos of Crimson Desert that are in this playlist. And then I did the daily wrap. And then at the end of the day, I uploaded the Pragmata montage, right? And this poses a problem because if I'm uploading these highlights and it's the last upload of the day, at the very least, it'll get that little bit of boost of views because it is the last one of the day. But at the same time, if I've uploaded all those videos on that day, people might not see the highlight, right? So it's challenging. I'm really not sure what to do, all right, about it. Some people have suggested make a separate channel. That's an easy thing to say, but to make a new channel from scratch to try to build up a subscriber base, a viewer base to get it to even qualify for monetization is an arduous task in this modern era when you're not big, and I'm not big, okay? You might say, why don't you just repurpose one of your other channels? I could take DSP Throwback, and I could repurpose it to be DSP Highlights or DSP Clips or the King's Court or something like that, right? And then that could be that channel, admittedly. But that means sacrificing that channel, meaning if I ever want to go back to it, it's not that anymore, right? That also means that I have to redirect people to it, which could be a challenge. All right. And it means completely rebranding the channel and getting you guys to check out a channel that's basically brand new a third time. All right. So, yeah, I don't know. I'm kind of questioning what to do moving forward. I like that the highlights seem to be working, but I don't know what to do with them. I'm pleased with the quality. First off, that's actually a question I would like to ask everyone. Okay. What do you think about the quality of these highlights? Have you enjoyed the quality and do you like these? Let's actually get some feedback now from the live audience. What is your opinion on these highlights?
Now, okay. How about this? Yeah, here's the feedback. Your whole setup is ass, complete ass.
What do you think?
It's ass. Chat. My audience, please tell everyone how you truly feel about Phil's setup, because I'm telling you right now, Phil, it's ass.
Princess Luna says if you keep doing the highlight or the montage videos, people keep clicking them, the algorithm will start to show those clip videos more frequently on their homepage. Okay. Denim Detractor says I love the quality and I like the format. They're great, says Bosnian Hog Hunter. Bryce says I watched the quartering one, enjoyed it. I can tell pretty fast she didn't edit it. Yeah, see, I can edit, but I just don't have time to do it well. Like if I edit, I
already ran through this last night. Well, actually early in the morning when I was on Ice stream. I'm gonna say this. Big ups, Soul. Big ups. You just came in at the very last minute, my brother. How you feeling there? No, Phil. No. I'm not gonna do it because I already ran through this on Ice's stream. I'm not gonna do it here. Philip, you have nothing but time on your hands, and also you get a job. But you have nothing but time on your hands. You have plenty of time. You can do all these changes. The problem is with you, Phil, is you don't want to do it because you're too fucking lazy. You want to do everything with such minimal effort. You want your chat to do everything for you. And guess what? That is pathetic and a sorry excuse. Again, Phil, when it comes to my content, I'm not the best person, not the best, edit all that stuff. But I do the best I can to put effort into it. When it comes to my videos, the streams, whatever, I try to do the very best I can. And guess what? I'm going to continue to improve on that.
To do a half-ass bullshit job because I'm rushing. You know what I mean? Like, I know how to do the things that they're doing, to zoom the camera in, to superimpose the effects, the transitions. I could do it all, but that would take me ages. I don't have time to do it. So if I anything, you know, it's a hack job, just rushing, you know?
It's already 1 o'clock. Okay.
But I think that the quality is excellent. I really like the quality of these videos. That's one of the things that I'm enjoying. Let me put it this way, all right? The problem for me right now is time and money investment. I don't have the time to do it myself. And the money that I'm investing to make these videos is going to far outshine any profits I make on them. Right.
Again, Philip, you have nothing but time on your hands. You do not have a 9 to 5. You do not have a 3 to 11. You don't have 11 to 7. You literally are at home playing video games.
Right now. Okay. Guess how much money I made on the
Exactly,
Street Fighter video
Skullgums. He
in
wants
1
others
week.
to
You ready
do
for
his
this?
work, and
You
he
ready?
takes- and he takes credit for it.
Let's do it. Here we go. $10. I made $10 on that Street Fighter. Whoops. I made $10. Ignore that cup of coffee. That was very distracting. I made $10 on the Street Fighter video. I paid a lot more for that video than I made on it, if that makes sense. Okay? So my hope is that the highlights are going to grow. They're going to get more attention on the channel, and eventually the upfront investment that I'm making now to have these videos produced.
You know what? Fuck this. Enough of this. Enough of this. He's gone on far too long, Chad. I apologize for that. He's gone on way too long on that one. Good God Almighty. Again, Chad, this is where times where when you have to cut the cord, you have to cut the cord. And okay. Let's see. I gotta get ready. I got ready to go, chat. But before I do, we are close to hitting 600 subs. Guess what? As soon as we reach that, there's gonna be another giveaway. Matter of fact, if you want me to give away another game, chat? If you want me to do that, I'll definitely do it again or something else. Just let me know. But we are on the cusp of hitting 600 subs again. Little friendly competition with Ice did. That's the brother from another mother, but exactly that. Now the next time I stream, it's not gonna be covering Phil. You know what we're going to do? I'm going back to Spiral because we definitely need a detox for this, because good God Almighty, this motherfucker here can drive me up a fucking wall. And I know he's been driving you guys up a wall. And again, you guys and girls have been y'all been fantastic throughout this entire stream. But either Wednesday or Thursday, I'll be streaming Spiral 2. And then Saturday, obviously, this is how you don't play. Again, I'm going to keep it to where I stream the weekends and 1 week during the day, so that way I have a perfect balance. And so sometime this week I'll get back to getting into the videos and stuff like that. Again, busy life, busy life. But that's it, guys and girls. Again, y'all have a very beautiful Monday. Take care of each other, and always remember to stay on target.